Preparation for today's game is history. It's time to get it done. You're listening on MichiganSportsRadio.com.
Fall tournaments are just about upon us, except in the UP, where tennis titles have already been earned, and Anna Tracy talks about the impact Title IX has had on her. I'm John Ross, and this is This Week in High School Sports, powered by Michigan Student Aid. The very first team titles of the 2022-23 school year were won last week with the Upper Peninsula Girls Tennis Championships. In Division I, Negaunee earned their 8th UP title in the last 10 years. The Miners captured individual titles at number 3 and number 4 singles and at number 2 and number 3 doubles, using their depth to help deliver another trophy. In Division II, Iron Mountain came out on top. The Mountaineers got victories in all 4 singles flights and at number 1 doubles. All 6 of those players are seniors. It's Iron Mountain's first girls UP tennis title since 2008. Now that UP tennis is in the books, Lower Peninsula boys tennis and girls golf are next to host their championships. That's followed by cross country and boys soccer on November 5th, volleyball, 8-player football, and swimming and diving on November 19th, and we wrap things up on November 25th and 26th at Ford Field with the 11-player football finals. For more information, including brackets, results, and how to get tickets, please check out MHSAA.com. Game balls this week go to Kent City soccer players Jarrett Jaramillo and Dylan Sutton, who each scored twice in a 4-0 win over Newaygo. The win clinched a share of Kent City's first soccer league title in school history. Flushing tennis player Scott Maneri, he helped lead his team to a 5th straight Flint Metro League tennis title by taking first in number 1 singles. And Grand Ledge senior Sean Foster ran for 396 yards and 7 touchdowns, including a 75-yarder with 51 seconds left and a 56-49 win over DeWitt.
Need money for college? You need My Student Aid. My Student Aid is the go-to resource that helps Michigan families find money to pay for college. Plus, they'll guide you through the financial aid process and answer any questions you have. For grants, scholarships, and more, connect with My Student Aid, helping make college affordable for everyone. Learn more at michigan.gov/MIStudentAid.
Our weekly Be the Referee feature takes a look at the fine art of officiating with the MHSAA's Sam Davis.
What happens when the defense commits a penalty on an extra point try in overtime? First, the setup. Team A starts with the ball first and goal from the 10. On their very first play, they score a touchdown. The extra point is good, but the defense roughs the kicker. What are Team A's options? They can accept the penalty, move the ball closer to the goal line, and maybe go for 2, or they can take the results of the kick and have the penalty enforced when Team B takes over. Which means that instead of first and goal from the 10 with a chance to tie the game and send it into a second overtime, Team B would have first and goal from the 25. This costly penalty will certainly have an impact on the next possession, where Team B will need a touchdown.
Thanks, Sam. Now more than ever, we need officials. If you are interested, go to the MHSAA website now to register. On June 23, 1972, Title IX was signed into law. In the 50 years since, millions of girls have participated in an MHSAA-sponsored sport, and that number continues to grow every year. We've celebrated their numerous contributions and achievements in a variety of ways the past year, and will continue to do so leading up to the 25th Annual Women in Sports Leadership Conference in October. Today, we highlight Anna Tracy. The recent Rockford Ram graduate was a standout gymnast who also participated in cross country and track and field. Tracy helped Rockford to the 2022 team gymnastics title and earned an all-around title in Division II. She's now studying human biology at Michigan State University.
Because sports has shape me into the person I am today, a competitive, driven, and disciplined person. The lessons I've learned from competing are irreplaceable, and I just couldn't imagine who I'd be without sports present in my life. And the lessons I've learned and the characteristics I've developed have played a huge role in my daily life.
For more information on the WISL Conference or for previous Title IX at 50 spotlights, please check out MHSAA.com. You've been listening to This Week in High School Sports, powered by Michigan Student Aid, a production of the MHSAA Network. Thanks for joining us. I'm John Ross, and we'll see you next week.
And sends away a short kick that is taken at the 14-yard line with the feet offset by Tyson Mann. Shimmies over the 30, burst of speed at the 40, right sideline 50, able to get away from the tackle, walking the tightrope at the 30, 25-20, all alone, 10-5, touchdown Grandville. Give on to Tyson Mann, his fake give on to Jaden Terry, big cut move at the 15, at the 10, explosive speed at the 5, touchdown Grandville, Jaden Terry. Still no Tyson Mann. Give up the middle, Kopko has a whole bunch of space, busting free at the 40, he's in the clear at the 50, 45, 40, right sideline, all alone, 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown Grandville, bursting Kopko with the peace sign of the defense, 78. And hello everyone, welcome to Jenison High School. Nate Dreyer, Chandler Tim with you. This is Game Night on Michigan Sports Radio and CT. We've already reached the final 3 weeks of the high school football season as we're closing on in at the end of things. Grandville Jenison's a backyard rivalry here tonight with a lot on the line, playoff positioning, and much more. So I welcome you in, Chandler. And the first storyline, Grandville 4-2 on the year, but 2 straight losses to Caledonia and Rockford. It's as tough of a stretch as you could imagine with a pair of top 5 teams in the state. Now it's time to start getting right down the stretch for the Bulldogs, and it starts here tonight in a rivalry game.
Yeah, it has. It's been a tough couple weeks for these Bulldogs, a couple losses and a couple big games that they really wanted, but in order to turn things around for the postseason, need a get-right game here tonight against Jenison, hopefully get back on track and find some of that rhythm they had early in the season.
We've got a lot to get to here tonight. This is the Scott Bates Farmers Insurance Agency pregame show. We're going to quick step aside. When we come back, it's our Coach's Corner segment, and we will hear from Grandville head coach Eric Stiegel in that. Lots to get to here tonight at Jenison, and we will be right back.
The sinister cries haunted Mary through the night. Dawn neared, and still the voice tormented her. She ran towards the safety of her car, flung open the door, and a coyote had somehow gotten locked inside. But the damaged interior was covered, thanks to Farmers Insurance. Coyote Carpool, August 1st, 2015. Talk to a farmer's agent. We know a thing or two because we've seen a thing or two.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Contact the Scott Bates Agency today, 616-531-3441. A proud supporter of MichiganGameNight.com.
I'm Randy Hansen, president of Centennial Securities Company. Recently, I read this statement. When it comes to developing intimacy remotely, sometimes it's better to be heard and not seen. That got me thinking, and I discovered that since this pandemic began, voice-only calls have increased by 78%, and the length of these calls has also increased. Today, Zoom is touted as the savior of business, academia, and keeping families connected. But there is some evidence that video apps make us feel awkward and unfulfilled. There's even an app available that rates your background when you're on Zoom. Then there's the phone, which is basically a handheld texting machine, a social networking black hole. But mouth-to-ear communication is on the rise, and it is most welcome. Like I said earlier, sometimes it's better to be heard and not seen. At Centennial Securities, we love hearing from you, even if we can't always see you. If you're a Centennial client, you know what I mean. If not, isn't it about time?
Centennial Securities Company, member SIPC and FINRA.
And welcome back to MGN and the Coach's Corner segment. This week, been a couple weeks, but very thrilled to be rejoined by Grandville Bulldogs head coach Eric Stiegel. First off, Coach, thanks again for joining us, and how are you today?
Hey, doing good. Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
It's our pleasure. And first, before we kind of get to the actual on-field stuff and whatever, just want to say we've had a chance to talk to your captains the last 4 weeks, and I think this is something I echo every year. I mean, just another really incredible, well-spoken, and really intelligent, great crop of kids this year.
Oh, yeah. You know, and those guys are really a great representation of the football program in Grandville High School. You know, we got a lot of guys like that, too. I mean, not just the captains that are going to be thoughtful people. do things right. They're good students, they're good, and they're great people in the classroom here, and really great kids in the community. So really, really proud that that those guys represent both the football program and the school community in such a good way.
And while we're kind of on that, I know we're coming off in the last couple of weeks here, Victory Day as well.
Yes.
That was the other week. Tell us a little bit about that experience. I know it's always one of the highlights of the season for you and the team.
Yeah. I think it's the 7th time now we've done that. On my time here, we didn't do it one of the years, my first year, and then one of the COVID years we didn't do it. It's a great event that I kind of brought over here from the east side of the state, and that really a lot of people here have helped get into. We had a lot of our cognitively impaired, autistic, and other severe special education students, come out and essentially get a little mock football game, football camp with our players, the cheerleaders. We have a crowd and everything, an announcer, and it's a day that everybody always loves and always goes great. So really, really good for those guys. And and the message that I wanted to send to my kids is that just by doing simple things, by giving your time to people and giving them attention, you can make a big difference by doing ordinary things every day, and being a good person and being someone who is willing to just give an hour of your time to somebody who needs it, and that can go a really long way.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree. That's terrific. I always love seeing that stuff every year when it comes around. And all right, let's get kind of some of the on-field. Well, first off, congratulations. You've made it through probably the hardest 2-week stretch any team in the state may have. Just kind of briefly wrap up Caledonia, then Rockford this week, kind of some of the lessons and the chance to reset moving forward from these difficult games and what, like I said, can be learned going ahead.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, definitely saw 2 of the best teams in West Michigan, if not the state. I mean, I think, the polls kind of in Division I show those guys up, both of them in the top 5 or near the top 5. So two really, really good football teams. I think what it showed us is that, there's a level of championship football that we have not played yet, or at least, maybe I shouldn't say haven't played, but haven't been able to play that at a highly consistent rate. We had some lapses in that Caledonia game, both on offense and defense early, that kind of put us behind the 8 ball. And obviously we climbed back in and had it as a possession game, but just couldn't get stops in the second half to get off the field and get the offense the ball back when they were rolling. And then earlier on in that game, the offense had some miscues that probably led to some stalled out drives. And it was a game where, we were going to have to go score for score with them. I think when you go to Rockford, another really good team, probably played us the toughest defensively this year that we had seen on anybody. Very physical. We were able to grind the ball fairly well, but, we lacked some explosive plays in the run game that we had against other people. And then also, we also got the ball down into the red zone. We got the ball down into the red zone probably 3 times and didn't score. Where against teams like that, when you get the ball in that kind of territory, you got to punch it in. You got to get points on the board. You got to keep pressure on them. So, 2 really good teams. Hopefully we take some good things out of this. I think we will. It's one of those where, I do recognize that when we played 2 great teams, but I'd be lying to you if I wasn't a little bit disappointed that we didn't play the championship football, even though, again, we got some guys out here and there, but so we're going to be looking this next couple of weeks to really try to get on track and hopefully get better as a football team.
Yeah, absolutely. You mentioned kind of some guys out here and there, and that's one of my next points I want to make. Of course, during the season, the injury to Tyson Mann has kind of been the one that most notably in terms of popping up during the course of the season we've seen. And because of that, though, we're seeing a lot of underclassmen on this team that are having to step in a big role. You talk about Jaden Terry. You talk about Reed Graverson, Easton Sadinsky. Tell me about the development of those freshmen and sophomores as 14, 15-year-old kids throughout their first varsity season, especially with their role kind of growing with some of those injuries.
Yeah, those guys have really been thrust into it. Tyson was a guy that, was really our lone returning skill kid last year that was on the field a lot. And, obviously he played really, really well those first. Really played about 2.5 games. Had 9 touchdowns in 2.5 games. So, you lose him, you lose a lot of production, you lose some leadership. But I think you're right. Jaden Terry has definitely stepped up for us as a freshman. Has been a dynamic runner, but also I was really proud of him in the Rockford game. was a very good short yardage runner for us, 3rd and 2, 4th and 1. He got the tough yards for us there. Easton Sadinsky is now a guy who's starting both ways. Started the season, he was on the varsity. He was a little bit nicked up, and now is starting both ways. Hey, welcome to varsity football. Here's
Right.
Caledonia and Rockford, 2 top 5 teams. You're a sophomore, and let's start at safety and running back. So definitely a challenge. And Reed's been our middle linebacker. So that is that's definitely for those guys. It's been a growing experience for those guys. And the hope is, again, you get towards the middle of the season, you get to play some of these really good teams. You hope that those guys who earlier in the year you're looking at them like, yeah, they're young guys. You hope now that they can transition and really be like, I'm a varsity football player. We have to see that growth continue for us to be a championship football team.
Yeah, for sure. Let's look at just on the whole the defensive side of the ball. So, of course, really solid performances throughout the first part. Stopped the run well, in particular, against a lot of teams. Struggles against these great offenses the last few weeks. Tell me about the defense, how kind of charged up they are to return to that high level of play and get rolling down the stretch again.
Well, I think you're right. We did see 2 really, really good offenses. Caledonia with, Mason McKenzie, Townsend, a lot to handle, some good receivers, and I think really good line play too. That was a big challenge, especially for our young guys. I think seeing that, and I think we were probably a little step slow in some spots. Some of that is definitely them, and probably a lot of that is them because they scored a lot of points in everybody. But I do think it showed us again that that different level of. I got to read something and I got to go. There's not like I got to check 6 things and do that. I got to go because the level that we saw the past 2 weeks was, we're seeing guys that are super high level athletes that are very physical and offenses that they have quarterbacks that can run both on the design runs and scrambles, and the quarterbacks can throw really well, and there's weapons out there for them. So it's been something the past 2 weeks where we've had to defend the entire field, and truthfully, that's what you expect in the OK Red. Again, the game's coming forward. I know maybe the teams don't have the records that the last 2 have, but we expect to be challenged there. But I also expect that we're going to see growth there, and we're going to start playing better on that side of the ball because, as you said, we played a pretty good game defensively against West Ottawa, and then I think even when you look at moments in that Byron Center game, it's 28-7 with about a minute to go in the half, and then. They score late and then they get some stuff. So we have played again. It's Grand Blancs. We had a really good, I think second, third quarter of defense where we were really good. So we have moments where we've played, I think, high level defense, and then we've had moments where we're not. And obviously, if you're not playing high level defense and you're seeing some of the teams that we see, what's going to happen is what you saw. We're going to give up a lot of points and not get enough stops.
All right, exactly. Grandville head coach Eric Stiegel with us, and coach. Lastly, this week it's Jenison, so kind of a local rivalry. Coach Zeitman brings some unique systems on both sides of the ball. Preview a little bit of this matchup for us.
Yeah, you're right. It is a neighborhood rival, and it's one that I think both teams want to win really badly. It's a game that both of us need really badly too. In terms of playoff position and those kind of things. And Coach Zeitman does a really good job offensively with what he does. It's going to be triple option based. Out of the gun or the pistol, but there'll be a lot of other flavors to it too. So I think it just points to us having to play really assignment-based football, but also play really fast and get to the ball with not just one guy, but 2-3 guys getting the ball and making tackles. And I think defensively they have some big guys, and I think they are probably built to be a team that wants to play physical football and stop the run. So for us, that'll be a challenge that we obviously have to establish that. But, also too, we know that we have a quarterback that has been able to run and throw the ball really well, Carson Smith. So, also probably have to better utilize the whole field a little bit against those guys. And because I think they are pretty good defense up front. And I think that it'll be definitely a big challenge for us, especially being a rivalry game.
All right, absolutely. Cannot wait for it, Grandville. Jenison this week. Grandville head coach Eric Stiegel with us here today. Thanks again, Coach, for joining us, and good luck Friday.
All right, thanks a lot, and go Dogs.
All right, go Dogs. We'll be right back here on MGM. All right, thank you so much.
Daniel the deer danced everywhere. He pranced through fields and jigged through rivers. Then he saw it. What a stage! A place no deer had dared dance before. The hood of a brand new car. My car! And the car was covered, thanks to Farmers Insurance. Deer Dance Floor, December 1st, 2014. Talk to a farmer's agent. We know a thing or two because we've seen a thing or two.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Contact the Scott Bates Agency today, 616-531-3441. A proud supporter of MichiganGameNight.com.
Hello, West Michigan sports fans. I am Mark Kimball. I'm president of the Grand Rapids Sports Hall of Fame. This is our 50th year, and in our 50th year, we like to sit around and chat about all the great things that have happened in the world of sports in our community. I need your help in helping me remember which of those athletes, teams, and events were the most important or the most fun for you to participate in. We're running a series of surveys that are asking for your input in identifying your favorite sporting event over the last 50 years. Some of my favorite events were the very first Wildcats game or the very first Hoops game. What were your favorite events? And then I like to think about who are the best athletes that we've seen in the last 50 years, both from a female and a male perspective. And finally, tell me who your favorite team is and what they accomplished over the last 50 years. I look forward to hearing from you on your favorite sports memories.
Located just 20 minutes from Grand Rapids and Kent City, the Falls at Barber Creek is one of Michigan's premier golfing destinations. The beautifully designed 18-hole public golf course welcomes golfers of all ages and skill levels. Its challenging track with dramatic elevation changes through breathtaking scenery, including a 40-foot waterfall, makes it a place you're definitely going to want to play. Check out the course with a drone flyover and reserve your tee times at thefallsatbc.com.
Looking for a great place to buy a used truck or car? Check out Extreme Truck and Auto Center, located at 1098 O'Malley Drive in Coopersville. They have a huge selection of trucks, cars, vans, and SUVs. Stop by their lot or give them a call at 616-384-3777. You can check out their inventory.
And welcome back to the Scott Bates Farmers Insurance Agency pregame show. Nate Dreyer, Chandler Timmer, Grandville, Jenison here tonight. So first, Chandler, as we always kind of do a little bit of a meet the opponent type of segment. Take us through this Jenison team. So first off on defense, we'll get that out of the way. They're well set up, big, can stop the Grandville run game. They like to go 5 down linemen front. Typically has kind of been what they've done. But on offense is where they shine. Coach Rob Zeitman, a disciple of Tony Anise and that ski gun or show gun offense that Ferris State, of course, now runs. Tell us a little bit about this system, essentially looking at triple option from the pistol.
Yeah, exactly. Variation of a triple option, but spread out just a little bit, so you get elements of the spread in there a little bit. Gives you some versatility and things you can do. Still can run the ball powerfully through the sets that they have, but also can get to the get side to side on the field with some option plays as well, and allows you to throw the football too, because you still have some receivers out there to split out as well.
A system offensively that starts and ends with quarterback play. Chandler, Braden Arbaugh, their junior quarterback, tell me a little bit about what he can do well and how he can help run the system, which they've struggled offensively, but what does he do well as a junior?
Yeah, he's in an offense like this, you need a quarterback. He's going to be making so many decisions when it comes to options and throwing the football down the field. You need a guy that's going to be smart back there, understands where the football needs to go on different reads, but also it makes smart decisions and isn't turning the football over. And so you really need a quarterback that's familiar in the system, knows where all his reads are, and holds on to the football.
All right, chilly night here in Jenison, Grandville, Jenison, and the national anthem. As you can see, we got new updated graphics up, so we got the score bug on the screen when we're on screen as well. So, national anthem on deck. We'll be right back here from Jenison.
Somebody once said life moves pretty fast, and that's exactly how we like it. Want to build something? Great. Start businesses, build bridges, raise a whole city. Future in fighting crime? Want to save lives? Do it all here. But you've got to go forward fast. Because today is now, and tomorrow is soon. And to get ahead of the game, you got to get ahead of your time. This is your future, so take it, and move all of us forward.
Are you looking for a new career? Aetna Supply is hiring. Aetna Supply is Michigan's #1 plumber wholesaler, servicing local customers for over 50 years. They offer great benefits, a 401k with company match, quarterly bonuses, and no Sundays. Once again, check them out at aetnasupply.com/careers or click on their logo on the Michigan Sports Radio homepage.
What would you do with some extra time? Shop Fastlane today.
To everyone who loves great food, let us make you a meal the Wisconsin way.
We cook each butter burger to order for you and the people you love, so it's the best part of your day.
The best.
The best.
And every creamy scoop of fresh frozen custard, pure happiness.
Pure happiness.
Pure happiness. Because where Culver's comes from.
And the heart of America's Dairyland.
Our love.
Our love for fresh food is as strong as our love for all of you.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious.
Founded in 1969, J&H Family Stores has grown from a single tank truck to over 50 convenience store locations in West Michigan. Our locations offer a variety of fuel options ranging from Exxon, Mobil, Marathon, and Citgo. At many of our stores, you'll also be pleased to find a Tim Hortons or Subway. Find the location near you by visiting myjhfamilystores.com. There's one in your neighborhood.
And welcome back. Nate Dreyer, Chandler Timmer with you here. It's game night on Michigan Sports Radio, and it's just about time to go here from Jenison. The Wildcats, after the national anthem, getting set to run through their band, bust through their banner. It is senior night. Then we'll have the coin toss on deck. We'll talk a little bit about the Grandville Bulldogs, Chandler. Obviously, back-to-back losses, such a tough schedule, and a couple more injuries to talk about, most notably Aiden Dorn out. That's 2 of the 4 Bulldogs seniors, along with Tyson Mann, now out for the Bulldogs tonight. You know, you never want those guys out. Tough rivalry game. You know Jenison's going to be charged up, but for Grandville, I mean, obviously playoff points, it's must win. You're trying to win, but really, really critical evening to go in on Jenison's senior night tonight. Shorthanded a little bit, come up with a win to get that momentum flowing, and also to play really well. Not just a win. I think Grandville really needs to play well tonight.
Yeah, really a big chance to try and bounce back and try to regain some of that form that they had early on in the season. Of course, back-to-back loss is going to hurt when against 2 of the top teams in the conference like that. But what's really important is they've survived that stretch to this point. As you said, a couple injuries, hopefully nothing too long-term there. Get some of those guys back. But the first step to rounding into postseason form starts here tonight and getting a win at Jenison.
Yeah, Aiden's injury doesn't really look too bad right now for the Bulldogs. And we were noting in the pregame during the warm-up, it looks like Tyson Mann's starting to do quite a bit more when he's down there on the field in warm-ups. He's moving around well. He doesn't have any sort of bracing on. Mason McPherson also, by the way, talking about guys, looks like the brace is off his arm as well. So maybe a little bit of hope coming forward in terms of reinforcements for Grandville down the stretch in this season in terms of injuries. Back to talking about this Jenison team a little bit, Chandler. And the one thing we're going to see, they run that triple option. They do a lot of interesting things both sides of the ball, but they've been a real mix at the running back position. They have 3 different guys that can do it in 3 different ways as well. Sam Morales, the junior, kind of a gasher back. Riley Russo, an explosive power back, and Justin Hoagland, a little bit more of a speed back. But they're all good at the initial burst through the hole, and they're going to be a big part of trying to get things going for this team offensively and mix those things up well at the running back position.
Yeah, exactly. And in an option offense like this, you're going to need multiple options in the backfield, guys that you can turn to, whether you're going to be trying to run the football up the middle a little bit, you need to power back. If you're going to be pitching the ball trying to get to the outside, you need more of a speed back. So they've got a nice little rotation, 3 players back there that they can sub in and attack differently.
All right, looks like Jenison won the toss, and they deferred the option to receive to the second half. So, as usual, it'll be the Grandville offense opening up this game. We've got 12 minutes on the scoreboard. Grandville traveling white uniforms, jerseys white, pants white, the maroon Grandville helmet, white stripe down the middle, the block Grandville G, and it's the home all grays for Jenison. That means the helmet, the uniforms, and the pants all gray. Wildcat logo on either side of the helmet, and the numbers are green, trimmed in white. Bulldogs send Avon Cott back as the deep man to return this. It is the senior, Owen Snyder, getting ready to put this one on the tee and boot it away for Jenison in just a moment. Jenison sends it away right to left across the radio now. Week 7 about to get underway. Grandville 4-2 on the year, coming off back-to-back losses and within the OK Red, trying to get back on the right path. And Jenison on senior night, looking to pick up their 3rd win of the year. Snyder, right leg through the ball, short twisting kick right down the middle of the field, bounces awkwardly at the 18-yard line, taken up the left side of the field over the 20 by Avon Cott, has a hole at the 30, busting over the 35, breaking a tackle, and tripping on ahead past the 40, out of bounds to the 43-yard line. Good return for Avon Cott. We talked about him pregame, actually, Chandler, how maybe he'd be a good option on the returns to see the Grandville mixing things up a little bit without Tyson Mann. He does a good job of it right there. Also, throughout the game, we're going to be keeping an eye out for the Lakeshore Sewing, threading the needle title, pass, or play of the game. Lakeshore Sewing features West Michigan's largest selection of all things related to sewing, from new machines and machine repair to supplies and even classes to take your sewing game to the next level. So visit lakeshoresewing.com for more details and tell Brian Collins to mention Michigan Sports Radio. So from the 45-yard line, Grandville goes to work out of tee. Give Jaden Terry, the freshman, cuts it up over the 50 and dives ahead to the 47-yard line on the other side, 48-yard line on the other side into enemy territory. And Chandler, the discussion with the Bulldogs offense, of course, has to start with the freshman the last couple weeks.
Yeah, even though the offense as a whole has had some struggles, really more in the Rockford game. Caledonia, the offense played pretty well, still putting up 40-plus points. But Jaden Terry's been huge, even against tougher opponents and tougher defense. He's still effectively running the football.
Jenison starting with a 4-down, 1 standing edge rush front. Give to Sadinsky, bounces hard over right guard and dives ahead to the 46-yard line. He'll be 1 yard short of the first down into the tackling pile. And it'll be a 3rd and 1 for Grandville. Brody Parker, the big senior defensive tackle, on the tackle in the inside of things. Gage Chatfield will be the starting defensive end at 245. You'll see Stewart, you'll see Diekman, and plenty others. Van Opstal, who they mentioned in the pregame festivities. Van Opstal, the youngest brother of a family that have had football brothers, wearing 73 for Jenison for 21 years. He's the final of them. Bulldogs, fake handoff, bootleg right to pass for Smith, dumps it in the flat, caught by LaCroix at the 40. He'll rumble over the 35-yard line and get knocked out of bounds ahead to the 33, and that'll move the chains early on for the Bulldogs. Landon Mueller and company in on the tackle, but they break out the little bootleg pass game early and a nice, easy flick to the wide-open tight end. That's been the Bulldogs' best connection through the air all year long, CT. They're up to the 32.
Yeah, good way to break in the pass game there on a 3rd and 1. So even if the ball's incomplete there, you've still got a good chance of converting on 4th down, but a easy rollout and throw to LaCroix, who's able to turn it upfield.
Terry Kopko-Sadinsky, the starting running back unit. Snap to Carson Smith. The senior turns. Give Jaden Terry right side. Good burst of speed through the hole. Stiff arm 25. Stutter step at the 15. Stays on his feet and shoves his way down out of bounds to the 11-yard line before he eventually is corralled and sent out of bounds. Great run and a first down gainer as well for Jaden Terry. Chris Daly, the senior, arranging to make the tackle on him. Mark is the 10-yard line. It's 1st and goal for the Bulldogs, but Terry looking very good early.
Yeah, every week now it seems like last couple weeks Jaden Terry has a run like that where he gets off the right tackle and just leaves the defender standing there, where he gives him a little shimmy. Looks like he could go inside or out, and that time went outside and around him.
Smith from the 10, turn, give on to Sadinsky. 2 hands on the ball, has a hold, churning down towards the goal line, bottling his way, extends the ball, and the mark is going to be the inch-yard line. So just not enough for the sophomore Sadinsky, but the Bulldogs on 2nd and goal from the 1, inside the 1, will have a chance to punch it in for the first score of the game, as they have been effortlessly moving the ball down the field on this Jenison defense to open things up. 9.5 minutes to go, first quarter, no score. Carson Smith, number 2 in white, gets the call in from Coach Stiegel on the sideline here. Eric Stiegel, the head coach for the Bulldogs, what is his 9th season now, I think, at the commands of the Grandville unit, and Rob Zeitman at the control of the Jenison team, a guy with Division I coaching experience. Also, he was with Tony Anise for a long time at Fair State. Give Jaden Terry, ran in the back of his own lineman and gets shut down right at the goal line. 3 Wildcats engulfed him right away. He ran straight into the back of, I think, the sophomore Brett Becker, had nowhere to go as the Jenison front line engulfed him, so they'll have to do it again from the 1-yard line. 3rd and 1 for the Bulldogs once more.
Yeah, very rare we see the Bulldogs stopped at a situation like that, 1 yard to go along the goal line, but give credit to the Jenison defensive line, able to hold their ground enough and bring Terry down.
2 tight end T, they'll break it out. 3rd and goal for Grandville from the 1. Defense crowds in with 4 in the second line here for Jenison. Gives Sadinsky, big hole, leaps into the end zone, touchdown Grandville. Easton Sadinsky bouncing his way into the end zone, and Grandville takes an early 6-0 lead.
Between Terry and Sadinsky working the way down the field. Terry gets stopped at the goal line. That time they go to the opposite side of the field, try their luck to the left side of the center. Sadinsky able to cut it up and find the end zone.
Bulldogs will go for 2 here, and they'll break it out. Again, 2 tight end T. Terry, Kopko, Sadinsky to the right side, and Carson Smith strides under center. Turn, fake give, bootleg left to pass. Here's Smith working against his body. Pressure coming, floats into the end zone. Catching the ball as Terry taps the toes. Did he get him down for 2? He did. And Grandville able to convert the 2-point conversion on a nice grab from the freshman. 8-0 Grandville with 8:37 to go in the first quarter. It's tryout season at Michigan Sports Academies. If you have an athlete interested in volleyball or basketball in Grand Rapids, Holland, or Muskegon, check out MichiganSportsAcademies.com for tryout information. MSAA offers local, regional, and national teams to meet every athlete where they are going to help them reach their goals. And also, the Grand Rapids Sports Hall of Fame just inducted their latest class. New inductees were David Brandt, Kim Elders, Laura Highboard Heathice, Fred Julian, Josette Carter McCullough, and Diane House. Check out all the inductees at GRSHOF.com. Also, it's the Family Fair Tailgate Special of the Week. Same as last week this week. If you listened into Michigan Sports Radio, it's buy one, get one 50% off on 90% lean ground beef, chicken drumsticks, or thighs, and sliced bacon. So check out all the specials at shopfamilyfair.com. Left to right, the Bulldogs getting ready to boot this one away in just a moment, as Jenison puts dual returners inside their own 10-yard line. Isaac Struck with it on the tee. And Torn, the deep man for Jenison. 8:37 on the clock, 8-0 early for the Bulldogs. Left to right, Struck strides through and puts this away. Twist and kick inside the 2-yard line, taken going backwards a little bit here by Van Torn. He'll cut it up over the 20, the 25-yard line where he gets tripped up by the charging Reed Graverson, who able to bring him down to the 28-yard line. And Jenison's pistol option offense, the Shogun, as you may know it, the same offense, of course, Ferris State runs, Mona Shores, Muskegon, and many more will get ready to go to work. Primarily, we'll see them utilize a 2 wide receiver set with a wing back and a tight end, and then the tailback that'll be split out behind the junior quarterback, Braden Arbaugh. To start, it's Riley Russo, the senior running back. We mentioned he, Morales, Hoagland will all start back there, and they're taking a long look down to the sideline. Home gray uniforms for Wildcat faithful tonight to cheer on their senior night. 8.5 to go first quarter. They go to work. This is a 3 wide receiver set to begin with a split out H-back. They give it up the gut, faked, and it's a triple option pitch, and the pitch is broken up and landed on a fumble by the Bulldogs. It's Sadinsky, the man with the early touchdown that busted through, broke the pitch away, lands on it, and it's Grandville football just like that, deep into plus territory.
That's some of the dangers of pitching the football as much as this offense does. They run the read option, fake it to the running back up the middle, and then pitch it to the man in motion on the outside. And the pitch just behind the receiver to that side to the point where he could not corral it, just had to reach back and try to get it with one hand, and the ball falls to the ground. The Bulldogs defense there to take advantage and fall on it.
Granville gets to go to work right at the red zone line, at the 20-yard line. Carson Smith under center. 2 tight end T, 5 down lineman, defense crowds in, give to Kopko, trap play up the gut, has speed, big hole, touchdown Grandville, angles right up the gut, and just like that, it's 14-0 Dogs. Carson Kopko striding into the end zone one more time for the Bulldogs. He's got 5 TDs on the year now.
Yeah, looking like the Bulldogs might have been a little anxious to get the taste of the last couple weeks out of their mouth. Coming out on fire here, a nice drive down the field on their first possession offensively, get a turnover on defense, and punch it back in right away on the first play of the second drive.
Gotta love the way Kopko just kind of bounces on those trap plays, finds his footing, strides in the end zone, and with 8:20 to go in the first, it's 14-0 Grandville. Smith under center. Turn, fake give, bootleg right to pass. He's going to tuck it. He's got a lot of room. He'll angle into the end zone. 2-point conversion is good. It's 16-0 Grandville with 8:20 to go in the first quarter. We'll be right back here from Jenison.
The sinister cries haunted Mary through the night. Dawn neared, and still the voice tormented her. She ran towards the safety of her car, flung open the door, and a coyote had somehow gotten locked inside. But the damaged interior was covered, thanks to Farmers Insurance. Coyote Carpool, August 1st, 2015. Talk to a farmer's agent. We know a thing or two because we've seen a thing or two.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Contact the Scott Bates Agency today, 616-531-3441. A proud supporter of MichiganGameNight.com.
Can you identify your number one personal trait? The thing that you do better than most others? If not, this may be a good time to think this through. If you're really good at writing, then why use the phone? If you're great on the phone, why use email? If you have exceptional human relation skills, why sit back and let others lead? I'm Randy Hansen, president of Centennial Securities Company. Playing to our strengths is something we do very well at Centennial. And if you're already a customer, you know what I mean. If not, isn't it about time?
Member SIPC and FINRA.
Welcome back. Nate Dreyer, Chandler Timmer with you here. It's game night on Michigan Sports Radio from Jenison. And it's 16-0 Grandville, 8:20 to go. Jenison has run one play offensively. It was a fumbled pitch on the triple option, and Grandville then scored on one play as Carson Kopko went to the end zone. We've also seen Sadinsky score for the Bulldogs. Left to right, Isaac Strock sends it back away for the Bulldogs. Vandentorn will back down to his own 1-yard line, take it with the feet offset and an angle outside the right numbers. Vandentorn over the 20 to the 25-yard line and gets hit hard by Dathan Scherer to the 27-yard line, and that's where the offense will start things up for Coach Rob Zeitman and the Wildcats. Well, just about anything will be better than their last possession as they look to get this offense going. 8:12 to go first quarter. They're going to get a friendly mark up to the 30-yard line to get things going. Junior quarterback Braden Arbaugh will get ready to go to work here with the ball on the right hash mark. And they get a long call in from the sideline to open things up right here. Arbaugh steps back. They go full house backfield here with a fullback off either hip from the pistol. 2 receiver set. Give up the gut. Fake to Russo. Triple option pitch left side taken by Zayden Shurko, and he's spun down by Drew Hungerford for a loss of 3 yards in the backfield back to the 27-yard line. A lot of motion, a lot going on right there, but Drew Hungerford again had the pitch man read. The Bulldogs have been in the backfield either tackling or recovering a fumble, essentially stealing the pitch every single time they've gone to the triple option outside. It's 2nd and 13.
Yeah, 2 plays and so far executing very well against the Bulldogs, able to come up, get the ball at Arbaugh's hand, then Hungerford comes off the block on the outside to make the nice open field tackle.
Same look, full house backfield from the pistol. 2 receiver set. Here's a snap. Give this time is faked again to Russo. Pitch to Churko again, and again he's tripped up in the backfield with nowhere to go. Inside the 25. Again it's Drew Hungerford, and they're backed up to the 25-yard line. It's 3rd and very long. Make it 3rd and 15. Hungerford all over the place.
Yeah, pretty much just reversed and flipped the play that they ran previously, trying to go to the right side this time, but pretty much the exact same result. Loss of 2 yards and a tackle in the backfield.
Long calling from the sideline here. Braden Arbaugh getting ready to go to work. As Coach Zeitman's getting that call in, we tick under 6:57 to go first quarter. 3rd and 15 back to their own 25-yard line for Jenison here. Early 16-0 lead for the Grandville Bulldogs. They go back, full house, pistol, fake handoff, drop to pass. Arbaugh with a little bit of time, pressure coming. It's coming from Jaden Terry. He'll tuck it down, he'll run. Angling over the 30, and he trips ahead to the 31-yard line where Zook tied him up. And that is where the drive will come to a close for Jenison. They'll bring the punt unit onto the field right here.
Yeah, run out of the full house again. They fake the give up the middle. This time Arbaugh, instead of looking for the pitch, drops back in the pocket, looking to throw the ball down the field. Didn't have a lot of time, was forced to scramble out to the right side and just tuck it and get a little bit of yardage back. Able to get past the original marker for the first down.
All right, snap down. Snyder will send away a twisting punt that nearly and may have even gotten tipped a little bit and angles out of bounds at the Grandville 45-yard line. So good field position again around midfield for the Bulldogs. Their offense has had very little trouble whatsoever working their way down the field so far in this one. 6:02 to go in the first quarter. 16-0 Grandville. And quickly, the Bulldog offense gets ready to go to work. West Michigan Chiropractic and Sports in Jenison is your source for quality family and sports-related chiropractic care. Visit West Michigan Chiropractic and Sports at www.wmchiropractic.com for more details. Grandville will go to work. The mark actually is going to be thrown 49-yard line. 2 tight end T. Give on to Sadinsky. Broke one tackle and dives into the pile. Ahead to the Jenison 46-yard line. Good gain of 4 or 5 yards on first down for Sadinsky, who's been running hard. Again, Sadinsky, he's got so much potential as a sophomore. Big scat back, plays some good safety as well when he's out there filling in for Tyson Mann. He really, I think, has a lot of great future for the Bulldogs. 4 yards will be the mark. They'll give him the 47-yard line into enemy territory. Left hash mark, Carson Smith strides the unit out here for Grandville. 5.5 to go first quarter. 16-0 Dogs. Snap to Smith. Give Terry. Stretch play. Right side. Outside the numbers at the 40. Angling right at the 30. 25-20. Right sideline. At the 10. 5-yard line. Stiff arm. Diving down towards the goal line. He'll tumble out of bounds at the 1. But he's got another 1st and goal as Terry goes out at the 1-yard line. Big carry again for the freshman.
After the carry from Sadinsky on the previous play, put him on the left hash mark. That gives Jaden Terry going to the right side the whole field. It's pretty much just a foot race, and the Wildcats secondary, they're able to run him down just barely and knock him down right at the 1 yard line, but a lot of open room for Jaden Terry to run.
All right, 5:15 and less to go, first quarter, and the Bulldogs have got a 1st and goal right back at the 1 yard line again. Snap to Smith, give Jaden Terry right side, bowls his way into the end zone, touchdown Grandville. The freshman into the end zone one more time. Kind of rare for him. He was held off the board last week in terms of scoring, and that is touchdown number 8 for him on the season. What a year for the freshman. What a start for the Bulldogs in this one. 22-0 Grandville with 5:04 to go in the first. They will go for 2 again right here. So Jenison on their senior night could not be on their heels anymore to start this one. This is the best Grandville has looked all year long in any game. They'll go for 2. 2 tight end T. You know the unit. Bulldogs will stride out with Carson Smith, the senior, under center. Snap to Smith. Give Terry. Stretch play. Right side. Has a nice block and dives into the end zone for the 2-point conversion. 24-0 Grandville. 5:04 in the first. We'll be right back here from Jenison.
Founded in 1969, J&H Family Stores has grown from a single tank truck to over 50 convenience store locations in West Michigan. Our locations offer a variety of fuel options ranging from Exxon, Mobil, Marathon, and Citgo. At many of our stores, you'll also be pleased to find a Tim Hortons or Subway. Find the location near you by visiting myjhfamilystores.com. There's one in your neighborhood.
What could be better than a thick, crispy, cheesy to the edge Detroit-style pizza? How about the best Detroit-style pizza? You won't find it in a hut, and it definitely doesn't come from a focus group or a committee. Nope. Because the best Detroit-style pizza on the planet only comes from Detroit, and it's made by Jets. Jets Detroit-style pizza. Better because it has to be.
Welcome back to Jenison. Nate Dreyer, Chandler Timmer with you. 24-0 Grandville. It is as easy as possible so far for the Bulldogs tonight against the Wildcats. It is their senior night. We'll see if this offense can get anything going. This time again, Isaac Strock left to right, sends one away. High twisting kick inside the 5-yard line. Vandentorn takes it, angles outside the right hashes. He's got the 20, 25, 30. Outside the numbers at the 35 and gets tripped out of bounds ahead to around the 37-yard line. And the Jenison offense will get ready to go back to work. So again, Grandville defense has looked so good against an offense that has struggled, albeit on the year, just 12.6 points per game on the year for this offense. But Grandville doing that, of course, Tyson Mann out. And now also you're kind of doing everything, man. Aiden Dorn out for Grandville as well defensively. They found other guys that have been filling in. I've seen Jacob Sherry, the long snapper, playing some linebacker for them as well tonight. As again, Jenison goes back to work. More of a normal set, straight pistol formation, 2 wide receivers, utilizing a tight end off either side of the line. They put a man in motion, that's Churko. Delay give up the gut, and tripped down ahead is Morales. He'll get 2 yards ahead to the 40-yard line, but for the first time in this game, Jenison gets forward momentum on a run play. Outside of that late scramble from Arbaugh last time, and they got the 40. It'll be 2nd down and 8. 4:40 and less to go, first quarter, 24-0. Arbaugh, long look back to the sideline here. Joey Bonacci, I beg your pardon, that is the tailback. A guy that, talking about their running back mix, we haven't seen a whole bunch of for them so far on the year. So Bonacci will play tailback right here for this team that is willing to really rotate deep. They've got a 2nd and 8 from their own 40. 24-0 Grandville with 4:15 to go in the first. Arbaugh from the gun, 4 down, or from the pistol, 4 down lineman for the Bulldogs. Man in motion right to left. Give is faked. Triple option. Keeper able to break away from Hungerford and dive and trip over the 40 to the 42-yard line is Arbaugh. I think Graverson and others were in there on the tackle. It'll be 3rd down and 6 up to the 42-yard line. So they get positive momentum. It's for the first time on the triple option. He'll keep it.
Right as Hungerford came up, Arbaugh gave just enough of a fake pitch, able to slip the tackle, but the rest of the Bulldogs' second level, they're able to come up and finish that tackle.
So junior tailback Joey Bonacci behind the junior quarterback Arbaugh. They'll spread the field with 4 wide receivers. Ball in between the hashes at their own 42-yard line. Trips go left. And the Bulldogs shade that way with 3 defensive backs. Snap to Arbaugh from the pistol. Fake give. Drop to pass. Has a little bit of time. Now the pressure coming. Fires left side. Low pass. Hits the ground before it's corralled by Jackson Seitzma at the 45-yard line. It'll be 4th down and 6 for the Wildcats here, and they will boot this one away here with Owen Snyder. So Grandville's defense holds again, as Avon Cott will get ready to return this punt in. Actually, check that. It'll be Carson Smith getting ready to return this punt in just a moment as he runs on the field. I like how Carson quickly runs on, puts the gloves on to return, as he will have to play quarterback right after. So Snyder stands at his own 29-yard line. He'll send it away with 3:17 in the first. Low snap, able to settle it down on a bit of hesitation. Right leg through the ball. High, twisting, straight-ahead punt is fair caught at the 27-yard line. Carson Smith will throw those gloves back to the sideline, and he'll get to play some quarterback now for Coach Eric Stiegel. And this really solid moving Grandville offense so far. Not necessarily explosive plays, but they haven't had a chance to really have an explosive play outside the one long Terry run because they've had great field position. This is by far the furthest backed up they've been all day long, starting at their own 27-yard line. 3:10 to go first quarter, 24-0 Grandville so far. This game has definitely been what the Bulldogs have been looking for. They'll go to work out of the two tight end tee. Carson Smith under center. 5 down front line with one high safety for Jenison. Give to Terry. Up the gut, shoving his way. Bounced out of a tackling pile. Angles right at the 35-40. Right sideline 50, 40, 35, 30. Stutter step as he got a late defender on him, and he's twisted down inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. Chasing him down was Vanden Torn, the boundary safety, to make that tackle, but Jaden Terry just about broke one. The freshman is, I think, going to show off for quite the night here so far, or tonight coming up.
Yeah, well over 100 yards already in the first quarter. That one again, I mean, there's a pile around him, and before you know it, the pile's tackling each other, and Jaden Terry's not there anymore. He bounced out, and he's running down the field.
Jaden is visiting as a freshman Central Michigan this weekend, and for good reason. Two tight end tee from the 27-yard line. Give up the gut on to Kopko, twisting and dragging the pile over the 20, and falls down to the 17-yard line. That'll be just enough on the nose to move the chains. 1st and 10 for Grandville up to the Jenison 17-yard line. 2.5 to go first quarter. 24-0 Grandville.
And 2 times now on the trap, Kopko's touched the ball. Both have been effective runs. A 20-yard touchdown run, and then a nice chunk there again, 10 yards, and a first down carry for another first down.
Dateman, the senior outside linebacker, on that last tackle. Carson Smith goes under center from the 17-yard line. Snap to Smith. Give up the gut on the trap to Kopko. Put a hand in the face of a defender, angling left outside the 10, and dives down inside the 5 to the 3-yard line. 1st and goal again for Grandville. It's a first down every play. This is the most efficient this offense has looked all year. It's the most dominant the defense has looked all year. I think this team was a little angry, Chandler, and I think they're taking it out on the Wildcats right now.
That's definitely the way it seems. After only scoring 14 points last week, they had that matched in 4 minutes here tonight.
Carson Smith under center, 2 tight end tee, goes back to work. 1st and goal from the 3, gives Sadinsky left side, bowling his way into the pile, pushing it on down, and he's shoved back at the 1-yard line. So not quite enough to get in for the sophomore. They'll do it again. 2nd and goal from inside the 1-yard line. 1:33 and less to go first quarter. 24-0 Grandville. So Smith looks back to the sideline to get the call right here. He'll look to that quarterback wristband on the left arm and relay the message in from Coach Stiegel to his huddle. They'll break it out. Tight 2 tight end T formation. Kopko in the middle of Terry and Sadinsky. Give on to Sadinsky, the sophomore. Lowers the head with 2 hands on the ball and bowls into the end zone. Touchdown, Grandville again. 30-0 Grandville with 1:07 in the first.
30 points in a quarter is impressive no matter how you put it. Every time they touch the ball, they're scoring touchdowns now. Looking like the team we saw early on in the season, finding that rhythm back. It's a couple big plays mixed in with just chunking the ball down the field.
And they will go for 2. Smith in from the sideline. Again, they go for 2 until they typically start getting the running clock on, which we might get soon, as Smith goes under center. Tight T. Snap to Smith. They brought Graverson in. They handed it off on the trap up the gut to Kopko, and he'll lower the head into the end zone. 2-point conversion. Good. It's 32-0 Grandville with 1:07 to go in the first quarter. Did you know that roller skating is in full swing? Terry Hall Roller Rink in Grandville is open Thursday through Sunday with a variety of hours to meet your family's needs. Visit terryhall.com for details. All skate. Everyone skate. And have you tried the hottest new restaurant in the area? The Derby Tavern in Jamestown is on everyone's list for fine food and beverage, where friends gather and every hour is happy hour. So visit thederbytavern.com for details. Also, Westonbrook Mower has served the Holland and Greater Grand Rapids area for over 60 years with locations in Jenison and Holland. They carry lawnmowers, string trimmers, leaf blowers, snow blowers, log splitters, generators, chainsaws, tillers, power washers, and much more. Plus, they have a full-service department to get you ready for next season. Check them out online at westonbrookmower.com. So with a 32-0 lead with 107 to go in the first, Grandville will get ready to boot this one away with Isaac Strock. They have sent it the way of Vandentorn so far this game. Churko also back. He'll stand to the left as Churko. Vandentorn to the right side. And the ball right in between the hashes at the 40. Right arm in the air. Isaac Strock will get another workout with the right leg here and send this away. Short twisting kick. He'll kick it the other way outside the left numbers. Taken at the 15-yard line by Churko. Cuts it up the middle of the field. Spun away from one tackle at the 23 and dives into a pile of 3 Bulldogs led by Stockwell at the 26. And that is where the Jenison offense gets ready to go to work. 1 minute exactly to go first quarter. I mean, Coach Zeitman Chandler just wants to see them get a first down and start to sustain something right now. They have gotten nothing. The triple option's been shut down. The pass game hasn't been there. My guess is that pass game is what they may have to start looking to. They've been rotating their running backs. Justin Hoagwin, the senior speed back, 5'10", 170 pounds, will stand in behind Braden Arbaugh here. They go back to a 2-wide receiver set with a wing back and a tight end off the right side of the line. Arbaugh gets low out of the pistol. Churko in motion. Give to Hoagwind. Up the gut. Jacob Sherry shuts him down at the line of scrimmage. He'll dive for 1 yard on the forward progress up to the 27-yard line. It'll be 2nd and 9. Well, we wondered who would be filling in for the Bulldogs tonight with the injury to Aiden Doran. Well, the outside linebacker to look for has been Jacob Sherry. We've known him the last couple of years as the long snapper for the Bulldogs and coming in and playing some outside linebacker as well and done a very good job at him. He's got a good build. Outside linebacker, lanky, big kid. I mean, just one more guy that defensive coordinator K.J. Landis can add to his defensive rotation that Grandville likes to go to so much throughout the year. We've seen quite a bit of Mason Albrecht as well as they've been rotating this defensive cast of characters around. Back to the gun, getting ready to go to work here is Arbaugh. 2 receiver side again from the pistol. Churko in motion. Give is given on up the gut to Morales, who's in. He'll take it over the 30 and dive into a pile about 6 apiece, and the pile pushes for about another yard before it eventually gets whistled on down up to the 32-yard line based on the mark. It'll be 3rd down and short here for the Wildcats, and that also ends the first quarter of play. 32-0 Grandville. We'll be right back here from Jenison.
Cornerstone University.
The professors are very open to helping whenever they can.
Academic excellence, character-driven athletics, Christ-centered community involvement.
Cornerstone has been a great opportunity for me to grow as a leader, just being able to approach people and be warm and welcoming and hospitable.
Experience it for yourself. Attend a Golden Eagle Day at Cornerstone for a taste of campus life and the chance to meet faculty and staff. To arrange a visit for your high school junior or senior, go to cornerstone.edu. Cornerstone University. Build a life that matters.
A sense of purpose, a higher calling. At Dean Transportation, we call it our passion. It's simply who we are. 60 years of pioneering the best health and safety standards because safe student transportation is essential. We are hard-working folks, connecting children to learning, schools to our communities, and you to a better career. Want to make your community a better place? We'll put you in the driver's seat. Join the Dean family today and help to connect our kids to brighter futures.
Welcome back. Second quarter. Nate Dreyer, Chandler Timmer. 32-0 Grandville after the first 2 frames of play. And on a 3rd and 3 from their own 33, now moving left to right, Jenison goes to work. 3 wide receiver set, wing back off the right side. Grandville changing up their pressure a little bit and showing an edge rusher. Snap to Arbaugh. He'll run it straight right side on the speed option. Cuts it up and keeps it. He's got the first down ahead to the 39-yard line where Cotton Moore gang tackled him, but able to move the chains right there. Slow developing speed option play. So essentially the triple option without the first option on the dive play, just the running back and the quarterback running to the right side. He chooses to keep it, able to find his space, cut up, and get the first down for the first time tonight for the Wildcats.
Yeah, making an adjustment for this offense, just getting the ball straight into Arbaugh's hand where he doesn't have to worry about the read up the middle, can just quickly try to get outside and ends up cutting cutting it up himself rather than looking for the pitch, picks up the first down.
32-0 Grandville from their own 39-yard line with 11.5 to go second quarter. Jenison goes to work with a 4-receiver set. Straight drop to pass here for Arbaugh. Pressure coming off the edge. He's able to get a block, roll to his right side. He'll tuck it down, evaded Sherry, and then got hit by 3 more Bulldogs from all angles, led by Mike Medeos, right straight down at the line of scrimmage. It'll be 2nd and 10 back at that 39-yard line. There are a few things I would want less than Mike Medeos at 305 pounds just running at me like that to take you down, and that's exactly what happened right there as Arbaugh kind of gave himself up a little bit because of it.
Yeah, I think you could see exactly that same thought process going through Arbaugh's mind. He was going to tuck and run. The last second's like, I'm just going to go down right here, right at the line of scrimmage.
Back 3-receiver set, 2nd and 10 with 2 to the left side. Wing back off the left of the line. And from the pistol, snap to Arbaugh. Another speed option left side, cuts it up, able to evade Jackson Zook, and then Stephen Jackson wrestles him down. He'll dive past the 40 to the 42-yard line. It'll be 3rd down and 7 from the 42 here for Arbaugh after a gain of 3.
Start to see a heavier dosage. Arbaugh running the football, less on the option, and just allowing him to keep the football in his hands and try to make something happen. Able to make a couple guys miss on this Bulldogs defense. Still able to fall forward for a couple yards, but sets up a 3rd and long.
Arbaugh breaks him out. 3rd and 7 from their own 42-yard line. Grandville leads 32-0. 3-receiver set from the pistol. Bulldogs bring 3 down linemen and spread around and change around the defense. Snap to Arbaugh. Drop to pass. Fires. Deep right side. Looking for Seitzma. Overthrown. Nearly intercepted by the outstretched right mitt of Avon Cott. But instead it'll be 4th and 7 at the 42-yard line coming up here. And again, the punt unit and Snyder will be forced to come out here for the Wildcats. So Snyder gets ready to send it away. Carson Smith comes on for the Bulldogs. He'll stand at his own 30-yard line to bring this back as Snyder stands just inside his own 30. Both of them right in the middle of the field here. 10:01 to go, second quarter, 32-0. High snap, taking one step to his left, corralled by Snyder. Boots it away with the right foot. Twisting punt is fair caught at the 26-yard line by Carson Smith, and the Bulldog offense will get ready to go to work. Maybe the 28-yard line, and the Bulldogs offense will get ready to go to work. 32-0 Grandville, 9:54 to go in the second. It's the Grand Rapids Sports Hall of Fame's 50th anniversary, and they're looking for your help. So go to grshof.com to participate. 2 tight end T for the Bulldogs from their own 28-yard line. Snap to Smith. Fake handoff. Bootleg right to pass. Thrown right flat. Caught 30-yard line. Kopka runs over the 40. Twist by him at the 45 and is knocked out of bounds ahead to the 47-yard line by the charging cornerback Landon Mueller. First down Grandville on the nice little dump pass into the flat to Carson Kopka. The Bulldogs working out all facets of this explosive T offense tonight. They're up to the 47-yard line or 45-yard line here on their own side of the field.
Yeah, their fast start here tonight, now allowing them to expand the playbook a little bit and try to work some things into some game action.
I want to see some more single wing. Carson Smith goes under center, 2 tight end T. 5 down front. On the other side, fake handoff, bootleg left to pass, thrown deep left side, all alone. Stockwell caught at the 30, 25-20, chased down from behind, and Jess Shoelace tackled ahead to the 17-yard line. Chasing him now is Trevor Martins, the senior middle linebacker, but we see Stockwell involved in the pass game and putting the Bulldogs into the red zone here up to the 15-yard line.
Stockwell on the corner route, able to slip past the entire defense. There was nobody behind him. The defense coming up trying to stop the run, and then they run the play action off, and Stockwell able to get behind the defense. Nice throw from Smith to get over the top.
Bulldogs break it out. Hey, single wing from the gun. It'll be Carson Smith going to work out of the single wing formation. In motion goes Terry. They'll give it to him on the end around jet sweep. At the 15, little dead leg move at the 10. Cuts it up at the 5. Gets horse collar. Tough tackled out of bounds ahead to the 4-yard line. That does move the chains, though. It's first and goal for Grandville up to the 4-yard line. I mean, the Grandville coaching staff's on their side of the field. They obviously couldn't hear me, but I want to see more of it. Let's just see an entire old-school single-wing drive here from the Bulldogs. That's exactly what I want to see. 8:50 and less to go, second quarter. 32-0 Grandville.
Terry, as you said, the dead leg move, just that burst, the one step, and he can be around a guy. You can see him just baiting the defender to coming up closer so that he can run around him.
A little spread single wing formation with a pair of receivers split out either side. Snap here in the gun to Smith. Fake handoff. Rolls right. Fires. End zone. Tapping the toes. Caught Sadinsky. Touchdown Grandville. A little spread play right there from the Bulldogs with a pair of receivers out. And it's 38-0 Grandville with 8:24 to go in the second. Absolutely love that for Coach Stiegel. I didn't talk to him this week. We might wait to the end of the season just in case he doesn't want to give up secrets or whatever. I cannot wait to talk to Coach Stiegel at some point here and ask him a little bit about this single wing offense that they've come up with from time to time, because it is awesome to see what they have done, going to that kind of short shotgun single wing. I mean, they're going back in time. They only run a 30s offense. They run a 20s or 10s offense instead. Two tight end team, they'll go for two. Fake handoff. Smith throws to the end zone. Diving grab is unable to be made, or at least that's the ruling, as LaCroix laid out for it, just couldn't hang on to it, and it remains 38-0 Grandville with 8:24 to go in the second. We'll be right back here from Jenison.
Need to replace that worn-out carpet or floor? Floor Coverings International makes it easy. They bring their mobile showroom to you. Save yourself the trip and gas shopping around. See a wide selection of carpet, hardwood, laminate, and vinyl in the lighting of your own home. Go to floorcoveringsinternational.com today for your free consultation. Work with one team for a hassle-free experience from the quote to installation. And each Floor Coverings International business is independently owned and operated, so they are local business owners in our community. Floor Coverings International, the flooring store at your door.
For over 60 years, Earhart Construction has successfully built some of the most well-known structures and facilities across the West Michigan landscape. Providing a distinctive construction experience for our clients has been Earhart's priority since the beginning, and it continues to be their primary focus today. We can't wait to make your next commercial or residential project a reality. Contact us today by visiting earhartcc.com.
Welcome back. 38-0 Grandville with 8:24 to go in the second quarter. Nate Dreyer, Cheon the Timber with you here tonight on game night from Jenison. It's been all Grandville. We have seen them expand the playbook in ways that we don't always see them do, running a, what do we call that, spread single wing formation, for lack of a better term. Two split outs out of the single wing formation as they move the blocking back out wide. I mean, I'm calling games like I'm from the 1910s with some of what Grandville's pulling off tonight. Isaac Strock, low squib kick, is taken in by an up man at the 25-yard line. That's Morales busting his way over the 40 and down to the 42-yard line. He ran straight into Avon Cotton, bounced off of him ahead to the 42-yard line. So good field position off the squib kick here for Jenison offensively. 8:18 to go second quarter. The Wildcats have gotten one first down. It did come on the last drive. We'll see what they can do here. Morales off that good return will get to be the tailback right here for Braden Arbaugh and Coach Rob Zeitman's offense. The mark is their own 43-yard line. That's where they get ready to go to work with 8:18 to go in this second quarter. Three wide receiver set to open things up. Bulldogs will bring four down linemen to open up this possession. Arbaugh from the tight pistol. Churko in motion right to left. Triple option. Pitch left side onto Churko. Made one man miss in the backfield and drives ahead to the 45-yard line for a gain of a yard before Graverson and company hunted him down. But again, Grandville in the backfield. If it weren't for a juke move, getting him free and getting him up to the 46-yard line on the mark for a couple of yards, it would have been another loss on the triple option.
It's fun to watch this Bulldogs defense right now. You can just tell they are well prepared to face this team, and you can see each assignment breaking down. Originally, the inside of the defense collapsing on the interior read, and then both the secondary players coming up and stopping the quarterback, and both the option to the pitch as well.
Three wide receivers set from the pistol. 2nd and 8 from the 46. Give to Morales. Up the gut is fake. Dropping the pass is Arbaugh. Now will tuck it and a run over the 45 to the 50. Got the first down into enemy territory and walks out of bounds as he was angled out that way by Albrecht, and he's got the 45-yard line, or the 40-yard line, I should say, on the Grandville side of the field. So they're in enemy territory for the first time. The legs of Braden Arbaugh have been their most dangerous element so far. It's been when he's been going impromptu and tucking it down out of the pass plays that we've seen this offense probably pick up their biggest yardage.
Yeah, by far the biggest play of the night for the Wildcats, able to just tuck it and scramble out to the left side and outrun the linebacker to the sideline.
38-0 Grandville, 7-10 in the second. 1st and 10 into Grandville territory. Give to Morales, fake triple option pitch, right side Churko. Made another man miss in the backfield and gets wrapped up by Avon Cott right back at the line of scrimmage at the 40. He ran a long way outside the numbers, but Cott twists him down, and Churko comes up a little bit slow. He's going to have to leave the field after that play. So Churko will have to go and take a seat, as it's right back to the 40, 2nd and 10. Sean Beasley comes on in his place. Deshaunte Riley, Jackson Seitzma, the other starting receivers. Seitzma, the wide receiver. Riley, the other slot back, along with Churko, as they are called out of this pistol triple option offense. A long look here to the sideline. They'll go back to the power set with 2 wide receivers and a tight end and a wingback, both off the left side of the line. From the pistol, Arbaugh goes to work, 2nd and 10 from the Grandville 40. They trail by 38 with 6:15 and less to go, second quarter. Bulldogs bring 4 down linemen. Right to left, Riley goes in motion, handoff to Morales, cut move at the 40, on his feet and diving down inside the 35 to the 34-yard line as he was gang tackled by a couple of Bulldogs, including Jacob Sherry, and it'll be 3rd down and 3 up to the 33-yard line for Jenison here. 5:54 and less to go, clock running down, second quarter.
Yeah, Morales has been the most successful of the running backs, rotating in here, 2 carries for 13 yards. A couple chunk plays for him. Looks like a pretty strong runner once he's able to get through the line of scrimmage. I won't be surprised if they continue to try to get the ball to him.
3rd and 3 from the 33. Man in motion left to right. Give Morales up the gut. Initially run into, pushes the pile over the 30. He's got the first down. Right at the marker at the 30. He got enough. And Morales moves the chains into the pile for the Wildcats. So 1st and 10 to the Grandville 30. 5.5 minutes to go, second quarter. 38-0. As Jenison has had their best sustained drive so far. It's been a little bit of a mix of spread and power, but mostly good runs by Morales is more of a power back. As I called him before the game, a gasher. A good way to describe the way he runs the football.
Yeah, might be a little late to go strictly power, but I think they're having the most success, as you said, trying to run the power just straight ahead, avoiding the triple option on these last couple plays, just going straight forward with Morales, letting him try to run through a couple guys and try to move the ball down the field as best you can.
They go back 3 receiver set, 1st and 10 from the Grandville 30. Right to left, Churko in motion. Fake give, drop to pass here, looking at Churko the whole way, throws it in the flat, does Arbaugh, caught by Churko, made a man miss and dives inside the 30, all the way down to the 25-yard line before he was shoestring tackled by the Bulldogs' Jackson Zook. It's a good gain of 5 yards and up to the 25-yard line here. I mean, that was a little screen play that he was just staring down Churko the whole time, wanted him, and was able to find him.
Yeah, they've made an effort to try to get the ball in the hands of Churko, but he's had a tough night. Pretty much every time he's touching the football, there's been a Bulldog right there. He's not had a lot of time to react to getting the ball to his hands, doing the best he can, able to pick up 5 there, make a man miss at the initial catch.
Churko plays the role that Caleb Dean played last year as the slot back. Snap to Arbaugh, give Morales up the gut, burst of speed over the 20, 15, 20, splitting the pair of Bulldog defenders and spinning into the end zone. Touchdown, Jenison. A Wildcat team that has been shut out 3 times so far on the year will not get shut out tonight. What a run by Sam Morales, his 4th touchdown, 4th touchdown of the season. Makes it 38-6 as he goes 25 to the house.
Wildcats put together a nice drive there. Finally able to get some momentum, pick up that first down early on, and able to march their way down the field. A couple strong runs, the biggest being that touchdown run there, 25 yards from Morales, straight through the middle of the Bulldogs' defense.
Snyder looked to have the extra point, high snap, settled down, right leg through the ball, and then it will twist its way through the uprights. 4:04 to go, second quarter, and Jenison on the board for the first time. It's a 38-7 game. We'll be right back here from Jenison's McKenzie Stadium. Welcome back, Nate Dreyer, Chandler Timberworthy here from Jenison, and the Wildcats with junior Sam Morales on the board for the first time with 4:04 to go in the second quarter. 25-yard touchdown from Morales puts him in the end zone. It's 38-7 here. And Wildcats senior night, and Snyder will get ready to onside kick this one. So Coach Zeitman gets points on the board and right away wants to see if he can get his team some offensive momentum. Back the other way, they all out of a pile, march ahead, and it's taken nicely on the high bounce by LaCroix. Took a huge shot from all directions, but he hangs on to it, and Grandville will get to start at their own 48-yard line. I mean, if there's probably one guy you don't want the ball going to on the Grandville Hands team, I think it's number 21, LaCroix.
Yeah, he's shown he's got some pretty good hands throughout the course of the season, and really a pretty well-executed kick. Got the bounce right around the 10-yard line where you want it to, but LaCroix just able to go up and get it.
All right, Carson Smith and company, get ready to go to work right here. They started throwing 48-yard line, 4:02 to go, second quarter, 38-7. And Smith strides under. 2 tight end T against a 5-down lineman front. Fake handoff, then it's given on to Sadinsky. He'll push the pylon with him over the 50, down to the 48-yard line. Good gain on first down there for the sophomore Sadinsky. Sadinsky, again, bigger guy. They list him at 185. He looks and plays almost a little bit bigger than that size as well, and he's able to get 4 yards right there, shoving ahead to the 48-yard line into Jenison territory. 3:40 and less to go, second quarter, 38-7 Grandville. And for the Bulldogs here, of course, they'd love to get another touchdown so they can have that moving clock, or the running clock, I should say, starting out the second half as they'll break it out right here. Carson Smith under center with a tight T formation. Smith takes his time, gets under center. Snap from Bugard. He'll turn and give it on here to Terry. Terry sprinting outside the right side. Cuts up at the 40. Angles down right side at the 30. 25-20. Right sideline has a big pack around him, and he'll walk out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. Good carry again, Jaden Terry. I mean, he's making the really explosive plays, not even seem that difficult or that exciting right now. That's how big he has been in this game. He's got the 15-yard line.
Yeah, those stretch runs to the right side when they got the Y side of the field to where he's running. Able to get his running backs. Saw Kopko out there, able to get out in front and get a block on the cornerback to that side, and opens up a lane for Terry to cut it up.
Grandville leads by 31. 3 minutes to go. The clock running down in the second quarter. Snap to Smith. Give this time Sadinsky. Stretch play left side, 15-yard line. Stutter step at the 10, and he'll dive inside the 8 to the 7-yard line as he is corralled by Russo on the tackle. 2:47 to go, second quarter, 38-7 Grandville.
The pickup of 7 down to the 8-yard line.
Mark will be the 8-yard line officially. So gain of 7, 2nd and 3 here as Carson Smith runs in from the sideline of the call. Grandville driving right to left across the radio dial this possession. Smith strides under. Here's a delayed give out of kind of a mess. Able to get it on here to Kopko. Kopko races through a couple defenders. Twists his way ahead. Touchdown Grandville. Able to twist and turn his way through the secondary into the end zone. Again Kopko. 44-7 Grandville with 2:24 in the second.
The offense just making it look really easy right now. Moving down the field pretty effortlessly. Kopko finds the end zone for his second touchdown of the night.
Bulldogs will go for 2 one more time right here, 44-7. 2:24 in the second. The Bulldogs and Traveling Whites break it out. 5 down front for Jenison. Give is faked. Bootleg right to pass. Thrown to the end zone. Caught at the goal line by Sadinsky, and he'll twist his way by a defender and in for the 2-point conversion. 46-7 Grandville, 2:24 in the second. We'll be right back.
Let's take a look. As I mentioned over the phone, wear and tear.
Oh man, they're never gonna buy this thing. Wear and tear? Well, there's the coffee stain on the seat. It needs new brakes. All 4 wheels squeak. The passenger door doesn't even have a handle. Not to mention that one time I went to my uncle's farm and backed up into a truck full of shit.
Should about cover it. You're all set.
Oh.
Don't overthink it. Seller to Weller.
There's something for everyone on Pizza Ranch's legendary buffet. Our pizza buffet features hot, cheesy goodness, slice after slice after slice. Try our signature pizzas or request your favorite combination with our Buffet Your Way option, and you'll get the first piece. With endless possibilities, you're sure to find your ranch favorites. Everyone will agree that cactus bread is the perfect dessert to end your meal. For legendary food that everyone loves, there's so much to love at Pizza Ranch.
Welcome back. Nate Dreyer, on the Timothy and Jenison. 46-7 Grandville here on game night on Michigan Sports Radio. 2:24 to go, second quarter. Right to left, Isaac Struck will get ready to send this one away for the Bulldogs as Beasley now stands back there, looks like with Churko. Right to left, striding on through and putting a high twister in the air is Strzok, taken at the 15-yard line by a sprinting, actually check that is Vanden Torn still out there. He'll run over the 25, ahead of the 30-yard line. That's where the pile brings him down, and that's where the Jenison offense, off their first touchdown of the game, will get ready to go to work one more time here. So 2:20 to go, second quarter. Jenison from their own 30-yard line. Chandler, they got some good movement down the field last time, kind of off a lot of the same principles. I think the only thing we talked about off air, maybe Grandville cheating that pitch a little bit, and that's what gave some of those running room up the middle as Grandville was sending the edge man, helping the read be to give the keep, and that's why Morales was able to find some good looks.
Yeah, they've been really strong to the outsides on the option plays, trying to stop the quarterback and the pitch to the outside. Really hadn't seen the Wildcats just give the straight give up the middle. They started doing that with Morales and had some success.
All right, from the power pistol, wingback tight end being utilized. Give Morales stutter step up the gut, nowhere to go. The pile twisted him in at the bottom of the pile, doing a lot of the twisting was big Mike Medeos, and Morales will get 1 yard up to the 31-yard line on the forward progress. 2:06 and less to go second quarter. I mean, Jenison's got to work quickly as well here if they want to get one more score in. Grandville will get the football to open up the Jenison will get the football to open up the second half, and Grandville leading this game by 39. The running clock will be on to start the second half as well.
One way to shut down the interior run game there is get some movement like that along the defensive line. Medeos crashing in, shutting down that center guard gap.
All right, Arbaugh from the pistol. 2 receivers set. Wingback tight end off the left side. That's the power side. Snap to Arbaugh. Give Morales fake. Triple option. Arbaugh going to keep it twisted down in the backfield. All over him was Drew Hungerford. It's a loss of a couple. Back to the 29-yard line. 3rd down and 11.
I don't think it's possible to defend the triple option better than what we just saw from the Bulldogs right there. The defensive line shutting down the give, and then both defenders, led by Hungerford in the backfield. Arbaugh sees the defender, realizes he has to pitch, goes to pitch, and sees he's going to throw it right to a Bulldog defender if he does, so ended up just having to hold on to it best he could, and great play from all levels there to shut down the triple option.
Triple option turned into a no option right there for the Jenison offense. 54 seconds and less to go. They're just letting that clock run down so Grandville doesn't get the football back here. Bulldogs also not utilizing a timeout. So 3rd and 11 from their own 29 here for Arbaugh. They go back to a 2 wide receiver set. The slot back is tight on the left side here. Bulldogs a 3 down lineman. Churko goes in motion, give to Morales, and he's cut down right at the line of scrimmage again by Drew Hungerford. Hungerford has been the collapsing man. He's played the slot corner role. He's big. He's used that size to be all over the field, shutting down the option. He does so once more right here. The clock will run inside 20 seconds. Jenison will run one more play, it looks like, offensively, or at least keep the offense out. We'll see if they will actually run that play. 13 seconds and less to go second quarter. 46-7 Grandville. I believe Coach Zeitman may be willing to take his team into the halftime break right here. That seems to be exactly what they are doing. They will run their way off towards the sideline, and that will do it. What a half for the Bulldogs. They lead it by 39, 46-7, and we welcome you inside Mackenzie Stadium's press box. Nate Dreyer, Chandler Timmer. Man, that is nice, the little graphic down there. You can actually see if the score is when we're on. That was an idea about a little bit inside baseball we came up with about 15 minutes before kickoff to change up the graphics package a little bit here tonight. But one thing that hasn't had to change up all night long, Chandler, is the way the Grandville Bulldogs are playing. Both sides of the ball, they have been absolutely unstoppable. The only stumble, the one drive where Jenison did score points, but it hasn't mattered because this offense is looking as good as they have at any point all year long whatsoever. A team that's scoring just shy of 40 points now on the year at 46 at the half.
Yeah, I mean, I think we've seen some pretty dominant halves from the Bulldogs throughout the years, but this ranks right up there in terms of all around. The offense scoring every time they touch the ball, the defense getting a takeaway, as well as not giving up much yardage and only one score. Really showing that they're responding to a couple tough losses.
All right, a lot to get to in our Centennial Securities halftime show. Grandville 46, Jenison 7. A tough senior night so far for the Wildcats. We'll see what this second half has in store. We've got a lot to break down, so do not go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Bowling is a great time that combines great friends, football, and bowling. Compete against your friends or family, throwing a football at 10 real bowling pins. You can bring in your own food, or they have a pair of 45-foot bars featuring soft drinks and adult beverages. Visit bowlingwarehouse.com, Grand Rapids, to reserve your lanes.
Founded in 1969, J&H Family Stores has grown from a single tank truck to over 50 convenience store locations in West Michigan. Our locations offer a variety of fuel options ranging from Exxon, Mobil, Marathon, and Citgo. At many of our stores, you'll also be pleased to find a Tim Hortons or Subway. Find the location near you by visiting myjhfamilystores.com. There's one in your neighborhood.
Located just 20 minutes from Grand Rapids and Kent City, the Falls at Barber Creek is one of Michigan's premier golfing destinations. The beautifully designed 18-hole public golf course welcomes golfers of all ages and skill levels. Its challenging track with dramatic elevation changes through breathtaking scenery, including a 40-foot waterfall, makes it a place you're definitely going to want to play. Check out the course with a drone flyover and reserve your tee times at thefallsatbc.com.
Don't just find yourself, make yourself. Start businesses, build bridges, save lives, raise a whole city. This is your future, so take it and move all of us forward.
Can you name the 10 winners of the Nobel Peace Prize or the last 5 Miss Americas? The point is the applause dies and the achievements are forgotten. But can you name 3 friends who helped you through tough times or teachers who encouraged you in school? We remember those who make a difference in our lives. I'm Randy Hansen, president of Centennial Securities. What matters to us are the personal relationships we have with our clients, helping them build a secure financial future. As a Centennial Securities customer, you know what I mean. If you're not, isn't it about time?
Member SIPC and FINRA.
Daniel the deer danced everywhere. He pranced through fields and jigged through rivers. Then he saw it. What a stage! A place no deer had dared dance before. The hood of a brand new car. My car! And the car was covered, thanks to Farmers Insurance. Deer Dance Floor, December 1st, 2014. Talk to a farmer's agent. We know a thing or two because we've seen a thing or two.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Contact the Scott Bates Agency today, 616-531-3441. A proud supporter of MichiganGameNight.com.
And welcome back to the Centennial Securities halftime show. Nate Dreyer, Chandler Timmer, 46-7 Grandville at the half. Let's start off by going over your scoring recap. It's a long one from our first half, and we'll get to some stats as well that Chandler will be supplying all of us. So for Grandville, start off with a Sadinsky 1-yard touchdown run. Smith then found Terry for the 2-point conversion. That made it 8-0 Bulldogs. Kopko then immediately struck after Grandville was immediately able to get a fumble, turned over. Kopko went 20 yards to the house. Carson Smith ran it in himself for the 2-point conversion, 16-0 Grandville. Then with 5:04 to go in the first quarter, Jaden Terry struck for his lone score of the game. He does have nearly 170 yards. Chandler will get to that in just a moment. Terry also added the 2-point conversion, 24-0 Grandville. And then at the end of the first quarter, Easton Sadinsky found the end zone again with a 1-yard touchdown run. That made it 32-0 Grandville. And then to start the second quarter, Smith found Sadinsky again for a 4-yard touchdown. They were then no good on the 2-point conversion. That made it 38-0. Morales then rattled off a 25-yard touchdown run with 4:04 to go in the second quarter for Jenison. They then added the extra point to get their first points on the game, 38-7. And then Kopko went 8 yards to the house and made it 46-7. The Jenison lead over the Bulldogs at the half. Chandler, give us some stats.
All right, we'll start with the Wildcats. Arbaugh, 5 passing yards to go with 29 rushing yards. The most successful runner for the Wildcats, Morales, with 46 yards. And then tough sledding from there. Churko, -3 yards. And then Hoogland with 1 yard. So right around 80 total yards for the Wildcats in the first half, and then haven't exactly added up the number yet, but it's over 300 total yards for the Bulldogs in the first half. Smith leading the way, 75 passing yards. Cam Terry there. It was a matter of time before I did it. Yeah,
7 weeks.
I know. Jaden Terry, 166 rushing yards. Sadinsky, 30 rushing yards, and Kopko, 52 through the air. LaCroix, 14 receiving yards. Kopko, 17. Stockwell, 40. And then Sadinsky with that 4-yard touchdown.
All right, so still a lot more to break down. Jenison Band out and performing right now. And also quick thanks to our Michigan Sports Radio, Hudsonville, and Grandville, Jenison area sponsors that we've been getting to throughout this game. Auto Body Experts have locations in Hudsonville, Holland, Wayland, and Zeeland, and they're sure that they can help with your repair needs. So they offer lifetime written warranties with every repair. So come find them, and they will take the stress away because they are the experts. Check them out online at autobodyexperts.com. Also, make sure you row with Kroll and stay cozy this fall. Call Kroll Furnace for all of your heating and cooling needs. Furnace tubes are just $95, and Terrence M says that we've been using Kroll Furnace for nearly 30 years and have never had a complaint. So choose Kroll Furnace for top-notch American-made products like Amana, and see more online at krollfurnace.com. royaltechnologies.com. And lastly, are you ready to enjoy your career? Royal Technologies is hiring for assemblers, operators, material handlers, and supervisors. No matter what your talents are, there's room for you to learn and grow because Royal offers many benefits such as paid time off, insurance after 30 days, weekly pay, quarterly bonuses, and even an on-site gym. They're also closed on Sundays. So go online and visit gotoroyal.com and apply today at Royal Technologies. 46-7 Grandville over Jenison. A lot more still to get to throughout the course of this one, so don't go anywhere.
The sinister cries haunted Mary through the night. Dawn neared, and still the voice tormented her. She ran towards the safety of her car, flung open the door, and a coyote had somehow gotten locked inside. But the damaged interior was covered, thanks to Farmers Insurance. Coyote Carpool, August 1st, 2015. Talk to a farmer's agent. We know a thing or two because we've seen a thing or two.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Contact the Scott Bates Agency today, 616-531-3441. A proud supporter of MichiganGameNight.com.
Can you identify your number one personal trait? The thing that you do better than most others? If not, this may be a good time to think this through. If you're really good at writing, then why use the phone? If you're great on the phone, why use email? If you have exceptional human relation skills, why sit back and let others lead? I'm Randy Hansen, president of Centennial Securities Company. Playing to our strengths is something we do very well at Centennial. And if you're already a customer, you know what I mean. If not, isn't it about time?
Member SIPC and FINRA.
Founded in 1969, J&H Family Stores has grown from a single tank truck to over 50 convenience store locations in West Michigan. Our locations offer a variety of fuel options ranging from Exxon, Mobil, Marathon, and Citgo. At many of our stores, you'll also be pleased to find a Tim Hortons or Subway. Find the location near you by visiting myjhfamilystores.com. There's one in your neighborhood.
What could be better than a thick, crispy, cheesy to the edge Detroit-style pizza? How about the best Detroit-style pizza? You won't find it in a hut, and it definitely doesn't come from a focus group or a committee. Nope. Because the best Detroit-style pizza on the planet only comes from Detroit, and it's made by Jets. Jets Detroit-style pizza. Better because it has to be.
Let's take a look. As I mentioned over the phone, wear and tear.
Oh man, they're never gonna buy this thing. Wear and tear? Well, there's the coffee stain on the seat. It needs new brakes. All four wheels squeak. The passenger door doesn't even have a handle. Not to mention that one time I went to my uncle's farm and backed up into a truck full of shit.
Should about cover it. You're all set.
Oh.
Don't overthink it. Seller to Weller.
There's something for everyone on Pizza Ranch's legendary buffet. Our pizza buffet features hot, cheesy goodness, slice after slice after slice. Try our signature pizzas or request your favorite combination with our buffet your way option, and you'll get the first piece. With endless possibilities, you're sure to find your ranch favorites. Everyone will agree that cactus bread is the perfect dessert to end your meal. For legendary food that everyone loves, there's so much to love at Pizza Ranch.
Welcome back. Nate Dreyer with you here. Chandler will rejoin me in a moment. Centennial Securities halftime show. Let's take a look at let's buzz around the air, take a look at some scores going on. Of course, MichiganSportsRadio.com, your home for not just these live broadcasts, but also live scoring from around the West Michigan and Michigan area. You also can check out tons of every game recap. Nick Torrey and company do such an incredible job with that each and every week, so make sure you check out MichiganSportsRadio.com for not just the live games, but so much more. Some really interesting games going on around the area that we've got scores for. Of course, this one 46-7, Grandville over Jenison. But how about this score right here? 14-12 in the second quarter. Caledonia right now only up 2 over Grand Haven. That's definitely interesting to see. Forest Hill Central leads Greenville 21-0 in the second quarter. Coopersville with a 10-0 lead over Allendale. No score yet reported from games such as Hudsonville, Rockford, Byron Center, Northview that I am seeing right now. West Catholic, Fruitport tied at 0 in the second quarter of that game as well. So there is some really interesting potential upsets going on around the area tonight with some of our top teams in the area. Caledonia West Catholic, Unity Christian cruising over Howland Christian 22-7, and Grand Rapids Catholic Central getting things back on track after their first loss in like 4 years in the West Michigan area last week to South Christian. They lead Ottawa Hills 21-0. Other games, Muskegon leads Wyoming 35-0 in the second quarter of play. Zeeland West leads Reese Puffer 14-6, and Zeeland East is trailing to Mona Shores 24-0. Plenty of other scores you can also find out, including from the middle part of the state. Freeland leads Swan Valley 21-7. High-Tone Cleaners with locations in Jenison and Grandville, Wyoming, offer professional dry cleaning, laundering, bulk laundry service, shoe care, repair, and more. And they also have same-day service if you drop off your items before 9 a.m., including Saturdays. So make sure you check out hightonecleaners.com for all their services, including also pickup and delivery service. At Barber Ford, they provide a vast selection of new and used vehicles, exceptional car care, and customer service with competitive prices offered on every pre-owned model for sale in their lot. You won't find a reason to visit any other dealership in Holland. So check out their inventory online at barberford.net. And lastly, also DJ's Pizza Pub, located in beautiful downtown Hudsonville, serves a variety of outstanding pizzas, including Chicago-style deep dish, thin crust, and other specialty pizzas, along with wings, salads, and subs. You can dine in, order carry-out, or have it delivered for your convenience. Give DJ's a call at 616-669-9550 or visit them online at djspizzapub.com. And lastly, when it comes to your home parking lot and roads, you want a smooth, safe, and attractive surface for walking and driving. So make sure you trust the professionals at Bruce's Blacktop with over 30 years of experience to get the job done right. Check them out online at brucesblacktopllc.com. All right, 46-7, Grandville leading Jenison in this one. The warm-up is just on the other side of this as the band now is clearing the field. So we're going to quick step aside. When we come back, CT will rejoin me, and we'll break down what to expect in the second half of this one. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back here from Jenison.
For over 60 years, Earhart Construction has successfully built some of the most well-known structures and facilities across the West Michigan landscape. Providing a distinctive construction experience for our clients has been Earhart's priority since the beginning, and it continues to be their primary focus today. We can't wait to make your next commercial or residential project a reality. Contact us today by visiting earhartcc.com.
Are you looking for a new career? Aetna Supply is hiring. Aetna Supply is Michigan's #1 plumber wholesaler, servicing local customers for over 50 years. They offer great benefits, a 401k with company match, quarterly bonuses, and no Sundays. Once again, check them out at aetnasupply.com/careers or click on their logo on the Michigan Sports Radio homepage. If you are 18 years of age or older, AHC Hospitality is hiring for several open positions at its downtown hotels. Starting pay is $16 an hour paid weekly with medical, dental, health benefits, hotel discounts, and more. Positions include front desk, housekeeping, restaurant, and management roles at our 5 premier downtown hotels. Visit ahcjobs.com to jumpstart your career at one of 5 world-class hotels in downtown Grand Rapids, including the Amway Grand Plaza and the JW Marriott Grand Rapids. Again, visit ahcjobs.com.
Cornerstone University.
The professors are very open to helping whenever they can.
Academic excellence, character-driven athletics, Christ-centered community involvement.
Cornerstone has been a great opportunity for me to grow as a leader, just being able to approach people and be warm and welcoming and hospitable.
Experience it for yourself. Attend a Golden Eagle Day at Cornerstone for a taste of campus life and the chance to meet faculty and staff. To arrange a visit for your high school junior or senior, go to cornerstone.edu. Cornerstone University. Build a life that matters.
All right, welcome back to Game Night. Nate Dreyer, Chandler Timmer with you. By the way, if you are new to a Michigan Game Night broadcast, maybe from the Jenison side, tuning in tonight, make sure every week you check out the Michigan Game Night YouTube page, so you can see on your screen right now. Now it's switched. For our weekly tailgate report. So CT and I have about an hour-long show each week where we go over whatever our last broadcast is, preview the next game, typically, of course, Grandville Bulldogs, but also rank the area. We do power rankings for the OK Red, we do what we call our OK Power 6, which is a still original and unstolen idea, as far as I know, from our Brains, which is the top team in each of the OK sub-conferences. A very difficult idea that we came up with. We do some playoff previewing as well, using snooze2u.com and looking at where things are currently standing, where things may be going. So make sure to check out the Tailgate Report each week. Comes out either Tuesday or Wednesday on the Michigan Game Night YouTube page. You can find it all over on our social media as well. Really fun show that we get to put together. We also will talk to players and coaches, typically from Grandville in particular. We talked to all the Grandville captains, talked to Coach Stiegel this week. We'll see who we're able to talk to coming up. If the defense keeps up, we'll probably reach out to defensive coordinator KJ Landis. Always love having him on the show. So if the Grandville defense keeps things together here, he can kind of talk about the challenge of the last couple weeks and also what went into this week. And also, I just always love talking to KJ. He brings about as much enthusiasm for the game of football and for Grandville Bulldogs football as anywhere. So warm-ups wrapping up, 46-7. Sounds like, by the way, I reported that close Grand Haven Caledonia score. It's now 28-12. Caledonia over Grand Haven. And at the half, Chandler, another one of our games on Michigan Sports Radio, which I'm sure, I'll bet you most of our audience has left this game anyway and gone to it. But if you're still, thank you for listening, if you're still a trooper and hanging in here with us. But Hudsonville at the half beating Rockford, that is a big, big storyline for certain in this conference. Nearly had quite the storyline. Caledonia struggling-ish with Grand Haven early, too, is a little bit of an interesting story, while Grandville's certainly taking care of business tonight. All right, well, what can we expect to see in this second half? This is going to be character building for everyone. Going to be character building for the Wildcats, character building for the Grandville second team getting to get out there, character building for us up here in the broadcast booth. Everyone going to build some character in the second half.
Yeah, I think you're exactly right. I think for the Bulldogs, you're obviously just looking to continue what you had going in the first half.
Stay healthy.
Yeah, stay healthy, exactly. Avoid any more injuries. Already missing some key players out there, but still executing really well. So just maintaining that in the second half, maybe getting some rotational guys in there that you get a chance here late in the season to get some rotations and get some of the bench players in there and some experience as we get closer to the postseason. But for the Wildcats, it's been a struggle for them offensively, primarily. 3 out of the last 4 weeks being shut out. They did get on the scoreboard here in the first half, able to string together one drive. I think they're going to try to replicate that. They had a heavy dose of Morales and as power back, a junior guy that I think they can continue to lean on. Might be against the grain in terms of what they're trying to do for this game and coming back, trying to power the football with the running back. But I think in terms of trying to find a recipe that's going to lead to success down the road, I think that's a guy you're going to lean on, as well as continue to let Arbaugh make decisions. They really didn't throw the football that many. Only had one completion in the first half, so we'll see if they're able to get the air game going a little bit, too, in the second half.
All right, traveling white uniforms for the Bulldogs, home gray uniforms tonight for Jenison. The Bulldogs left to right with Isaac Strock. Will send this one away. Churko, Mueller stand back to return it. Right leg through the ball, and a twisting kick to Mueller's side. Bounces at the 15-yard line. He'll jump to corral it at the 11-yard line. Outside the numbers, Mueller got the 25-30. Made a man miss over the 35 to the 40-yard line, pushing a pile with him all the way ahead to the 45, 47-yard line where he's twisted down. Great return from Landon Mueller as he got his first chance to get a return in this game. And it's a midfield starting position for Braden Arbaugh and this Jenison offense that have definitely been struggling so far for Coach Zeitman. We'll see if maybe they're able to find a little bit more of what they're looking for out of this offense in the second half. Again, Morales will be the starting tailback along with Arbaugh, and they'll start out of the 2 wide receiver set, wingback and tight end. That's Chatfield, the tight end, by the way. Go to the right side of the line. Bulldogs bring 3 down linemen. 1st and 10 from their own 47. And the first drive of the second half is underway. Give to Morales straight up the gut, and he's twisted down from behind. Able to dive ahead to the 50-yard line. So a good gain of 3 yards on first down there by Morales. As the Bulldogs were immediately attacking it on him, it was Nesbitt up the middle. Nesbitt, the 5'7", 185-pound senior defensive tackle, we called his name a lot early in the year. He's still been very effective, maybe not quite as heavy in terms of the numbers, getting the stops himself, but whenever there's a tackle being made in the middle of the pile, he seems to be the guy that's in the middle of it. Jenison goes back to work out of a 3 wide receiver unit this time. 10:51 to go third quarter. Right at midfield of the 50. Churko in motion, left to right. Fake handoff, triple option pitch, right side. Churko corrals it at the 45-yard line. Stutter step ahead to the 49, where Cotton Company lay him out, and that's a loss of a yard. They'll actually forward progress him. No, they will drop him down to the 49-yard line, and that will make it a 3rd and 8 for the Wildcats here as they go back to their own side of the field. 10.5 to go third quarter. We do have a running clock in this second half to start with a 46-7 Grandville lead.
Yeah, that third option of the triple option has not been successful for the Wildcats tonight. Churko's been going backwards most of the times. He's getting the pitch out on the outside.
Just saw another score update, by the way. West Catholic, another Michigan Sports Radio team, losing to Fruitport 12-7 tonight from the gun. Arbaugh, speed option, left side. He'll tuck it up at the 50 on his feet and chop down at the 45-yard line, shy of the first down by Avon Cott. So the Bulldogs' strong safety wraps him up. Diving progress gets the Bulldog 44, and Jenison will go for it on a 4th and 1 here with 9:48 and less to go third quarter. 46-7 Grandville.
Finally in a situation, and obviously the game, the way it's going right now, easy to call to go for it here. I think, let's see if they just try to straight hand off to Morales, get him running forward. Has enough power in there to try to push the line, enough to get the first down.
They go 3 wide receiver set here on 4th and 1 from the Grandville 44-yard line. Bulldogs have got 4 on the front line. Arbaugh steps in a little bit deeper pistol than normal. The tailback still behind him out of the 3 receiver set. Arbaugh gives a word to Morales. Here's the snap to the junior quarterback. Speed option. Pitches it to Morales. He lowers a shoulder on Graverson over the 45 and got the first down to the 41-yard line. Morales is going to be wrapped up in the backfield, but he gave the Bulldog middle linebacker the shoulder and moves the chains up to the Bulldog 40-yard line. Good work right there by the tough junior.
Yeah, Morales just able to lower the shoulder. He's had a couple times. He's ran over a couple Bulldogs. That time able to get Graverson fall over and enough to push forward and get a big conversion here to start the second half.
Jesse Vajegas on the tackle. We've seen a little bit more of him in this game and kind of the last couple weeks as a standing edge rusher. Back to the 2 wide receiver look out of the pistol. Give Morales up the gut. Stutter step at the 40 and Hungerford and company shove him down up to the 37-yard line. Morales, just a guy that gets 3-4 yards. Even when he's bottled up, he'll find a way to get a yard or two for you. There's a reason he's become the dominant back so far in this game. A junior that I believe also is a transfer from East Kentwood, where he has been in the past in his younger career. Big junior, 4 touchdowns now on the year. This 25-yard run a little bit earlier on in this one. It's 2nd and 7 for Jenison, up to the Bulldog 38-yard line. 46-7 Grandville, under 8 minutes to go in the third quarter. Arbaugh from the gun, from the pistol, I should say, 2 receiver set. Went to the hard count, now looks back to Coach Zeitman for a new signal on the sideline. Seitzma, the wide receiver. Cherko, the slot back to the right side. Bulldogs, 3 down linemen, standing edges, Vajegas. Snap to Arbaugh in the pistol. Give to the tailback Morales, and he's wrapped up at the line of scrimmage by Hungerford and Graverson. He'll dive for the 35-yard line in a couple yards. They'll be 3rd and 4, but again, it's Hungerford, it's Graverson on almost every tackle, especially Hungerford. I've been so impressed by the Bulldog cornerback essentially playing outside linebacker today, and he has been in on almost every single play.
Yeah, he's been doing a great job of going back and forth between that role of playing corner and then also coming in and playing more of a linebacker spot. Big part of trying to shut down this triple option. He's got a responsibility to stop the quarterback or to the running back on the outside, and he's been able to come up and make a lot of plays here tonight.
It says 3rd and 4. It's actually 3rd and 5 from the 35-yard line here. 2 receivers set. Arbaugh from the pistol. Bulldogs, 4 down lineman. Arbaugh going to run it straight left side. He'll pitch to Morales. Has some space over the 30. Got the first down. Down to the 29-yard line. The ball went squirting out at the end of the play, but not after he had already put the knee on the ground. The tackle from Avon Cotton, a first down for Jenison. So the Wildcats taking their time, churning the ball up the field right here, but moving the chains well inside the Grandville 30-yard line to the 28 here for a first down.
Yeah, it hasn't necessarily been flashy, but the Wildcats offense now able to move the chains a couple different times here, and it's been mostly Morales. 5 carries now in the second half, over 60 yards total on the night, and just continuing to get enough 3, 4, 5 yards on carries to move the chains.
They'll spread the field a little bit more here. 3 receiver set from the pistol. 6:12 to go third quarter, and they got the Bulldogs, it looks like, to come offside. It was Stephen Jackson that was charging in. Grandville did point back at the Jenison side. Is this our first flag of the game?
I believe so.
I think you are right. This is our first flag of the game in the third quarter of play, midway through the third quarter. And it is going to be on the Bulldogs, and it is going to be 5 free yards to the Wildcats. So that goes inside the Bulldog 25-yard line now to the 23. 6:06 and less to go. Running clock, third quarter, 46-7. Grandville leads Jenison in the home gray uniforms. Jenison will go to work with the junior quarterback, Braden Arbaugh. He's got 1 passing touchdown so far on this season. He'll spread the field 3 wide here out of the pistol. Morales to tailback. Sorry, check that. It is now Hogwin in the backfield. Dropping the pass, looking deep, over the middle, caught, touchdown, Jenison. On the post route, Deshante Riley the grab, and Jenison on the board one more time, 46-13. They air it out deep to Riley, right up the gut of the field, and in the end zone, he is able to hang on to it, and Jenison on the board one more time with 5:42 in the third. Didn't quite see that coming that way.
Yeah, no, impressive strike from the Wildcats. Version of a play-action pass in a sense where Arbaugh takes a step up the field like he's going to the normal triple option where he's going to pitch the ball and instead drops back in the pocket and gets the post route open over the middle of the field.
All right, Snyder looking to add the extra point. Right leg through the ball. That one will tumble on through, and Jenison on the board again, 46-14 with 5:42 in the third. We'll be right back.
Don't just find yourself, make yourself. Start businesses, build bridges, save lives, raise a whole city. This is your future, so take it and move all of us forward.
Need to replace that worn-out carpet or floor? Floor Coverings International makes it easy. They bring their mobile showroom to you. Save yourself the trip and gas shopping around. See a wide selection of carpet, hardwood, laminate, and vinyl in the lighting of your own home. Go to floorcoveringsinternational.com today for your free consultation. Work with one team for a hassle-free experience from the quote to installation. And each Floor Coverings International business is independently owned and operated, so they are local business owners in our community. Floor Coverings International, the flooring store at your door.
And welcome back. Nate Dreyer, Chandler Timmer with you. And again, on the board, Deshante Riley able to haul in that TD grab and make it a 46-14 game for Jenison as the Bulldogs get ready to start their first drive of the second half. 5:42 to go third quarter. For now, that running clock going to have to shut off for a moment as this one now get kicked off. And Avon Cott will back inside his 10-yard line to receive this one from Snyder. Right to left, Jenison will send it away. Home graze for Jenison. Traveling whites for Grandville. Snyder, right leg through the ball. Twisting, angling, short kick. Bounces at the 19-yard line. Taken there by Cott. He'll run it left over the 25. He's got the 30-yard line. Pushing Sadinsky to block ahead at the 40. And he'll spin ahead to the 44-yard line as he was tackled from behind. Another good return for Avon Cott. And the Grandville offense gets good field position. 5.5 minutes to go third quarter. They lead at 46-14. Let's see who from this Grandville unit comes out. Looks like it will be all the starters. Carson Smith and company will at least get to play the third quarter in this one once again. As again, they're trying to get that clock running here in just a moment and get the 35-plus point lead back up on the board. So they'll go to work. Mark is going to be their own 45-yard line. Two tight end T. Terry, Kopko, and Sadinsky, who has 3 total touchdowns. This one does Sadinsky out there. It's a give up the gut to Terry, and he is immediately stormed backwards. He'll lose 10 yards. The forward progress is just a loss of 1, but he was stormed right away on a slow-developing play. Nowhere for the freshman to go. It's 2nd and 11 for Grandville. Back to the 44-yard line. We talk about kind of character building. This is where Grandville is going to have to fight ahead a little bit with the game that was wrapped up at the half. You can't really let off if you're still trying to run your offense and learn some things here.
First negative play of the night for the Bulldogs had 1 stop for no gain. That was the first play that's gone backwards.
2 tight end T, 2nd 11 for Grandville inside their own 45-yard line. Give on the trap to Kopko, and he'll cut an angle up to the 47-yard line before 3 members of the inside of the defense for Jenison, led by Martins, will engulf him. It'll be 3rd and 8 for Grandville at the 47 coming up right here. 4:44 and less to go, third quarter. 46-14 Grandville. Bulldogs will break it out one more time here.
32 Riley Russo in on the stop for the Wildcats.
Smith under center. 5 down front for Jenison. They went to the hard count, nearly got the nose guard to come. Can't quite do so now, going back to work here. Snap to Smith. Give Kopko up the gut. Has a big hole. 2 hands on the ball. He was hiding the ball well. Over the 40. Splits the safeties past the 30 and gets shoestring tackled ahead to the 28-yard line. He hides that football, Carson Kopko, so well through the hole. One of the best of the Grandville fullbacks we've seen in recent years.
Yeah, that's so important, really selling the fake, leaving the defense wondering if you actually have the football well to the point where you're almost running past them. Kopko does a fantastic job.
I mean, I've obviously gotten to watch this Grandville offense for 5-6 years now. I mean, he's that guy that forces me to have to watch the game through the binoculars more than any other guy. Grandville goes to the single wing, short shotgun formation with 3:50 4 and less to go. High snap to Smith. Give on the end around to Sadinsky, and that's blown up in the backfield with absolutely nowhere to go. Chatfield and company there to just sling him on down, and it'll be 2nd and 13 for Grandville, back to the 30-yard line right here. So they went back to the short shotgun, the single wing formation. 3.5 to go, third quarter.
At the Jenison 30.
A good opportunity to break out some of these plays that they've been wanting to use in game action. That one not as successful. The Wildcats able to crash in on the weak side and shut down the counter run.
They go back to tight end T on 2nd and 13 from the Jenison 30. 3:14 to go, third quarter. Grandville 46, Jenison 14. Smith, fake handoff, straight right to pass, throws it, caught at the 28-yard line by Kopko, running into space over the 20, and stiff arms his way out of bounds up the right side ahead to the 16-yard line, and a first down for the Bulldogs as Tanner Van Manen, the senior, makes the tackle for the Wildcats.
Second catch of the night for Kopko. 32 receiving yards from him, just a out route to the flat where he's easily dumped off from Smith and then able to get along the sideline.
One thing about this Grandville backfield, which we're going to see all of these three back next year, they can all catch the football very well in space, and that's something that's so dangerous when you add 3 receiving options there, plus potential receiving tight ends as well. It just adds that little bit of element for Grandville as they continue to develop this offense this year. And, of course, next year, you're not talking next year in the middle of this season, of course, but when you talk about next year, all 3 of those guys coming back, which is so rare. 2 tight end T from the Jenison 15-yard line. Snap to Smith. He'll roll straight left across the body to pass. Pressure coming off his back foot. Fires, nearly intercepted at the 5-yard line, but it drops harmlessly to the ground as Diekman had the read on it. It'll be 2nd and 10 from the 15-yard line. Kind of poor throw right there from Smith.
Yeah, Smith trying to find LaCroix. The route in the flat was covered, so that was the second read for Smith trying to throw it, and it was an awkward transition for him as he was trying to set his feet and also get the throw out in front of LaCroix. Ended up not getting very much on the throw and almost threw the interception.
All right, Bulldogs break it out here again. 2 tight end T. Carson Smith under center. Terry, Kopko, and Sadinsky the back. 2nd and 10 from the 15. 2:21 to go, third quarter. Give straight up the gut on a Kopko on the trap, and he's able to not really get anywhere. Maybe a yard or 2 over the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Half the play was in the end zone chasing after each other, but the other half was all engulfed around Kopko, and that's where Grandville will get 1 yard, and it'll be 3rd and 9. Long look back to the sideline, and Coach Stiegel. Call comes into Carson Smith, who will turn and relay the message off that quarterback wristband on his left arm. Smith wears number 2 in white. Towel hangs off the back of his uniform as he strides out with the 2 tight end T. 3rd and 9 from the 14-yard line. 1:43 in the third. 46-14 Grandville. Snap to Smith. Give to Sadinsky on the stretch play. Left side, made a man miss at the 10. He cuts inside the 5. Got the first down. Dives for the pylon. Out of bounds to the 2-yard line. But Sadinsky moves the chains. He gets all 9 yards and then some on the stretch left. And the Bulldogs have another 1st and goal with 1.5 to go, third quarter. Already leading 46-14.
We've been running the stretch play a lot with Jaden Terry going to the right side. He's had a lot of success running to the wide side of the field. This time they flip it around, give Sadinsky a chance to see what he can do. He gets some lead blockers out in front of him, easily picks up the first down and gets another opportunity here within the 5-yard line for the Bulldogs, where they've already capitalized multiple times here tonight.
All right, 1st and goal, 2-yard line. 2 tight end T, strides out. Graverson comes in to the right side of the line. It's Terry leaving as Sadinsky goes to the left side of the unit. Gives Sadinsky, angles into the end zone. Touchdown, Grandville. 4 total touchdowns for the sophomore tonight. 52-14 Grandville with 1:02 in the third.
Sadinsky doing his best Tyson Manning impersonation here tonight, racking up some touchdowns. He's capitalized off a couple goal line carries, punching it in from 1-2 yards out. Had a reception in there as well. A great night for Easton Sadinsky finding the end zone.
They will look to add the extra point here as the running clock will be back on, 52-14. It will be Isaac Strock, of course, out to add the XP. It'll be Smith to hold, Sherry to snap. Snap down, well settled, the right leg through the ball. It's blocked! Extra point is blocked as all over that was the entire front line of the Jenison special teams unit. So Grandville unable to get the extra point on the blocked XP. It remains 52-14 Grandville with 1:02 in the third. It is the Grand Rapids Sports Hall of Fame's 50th anniversary. They're looking for your help, so go to GRSHOF.com to participate. They have a long list of various questions. They've been asking, of course, the last little bit who the top male athlete of the last 50 years was. They have a lot else going on, so GRSHOF.com to participate there. West Michigan Chiropractic and Sports in Jenison is your source for quality family and sports-related chiropractic care. Visit West Michigan Chiropractic and Sports at www.wmchiropractic.com for more details. Also, did you know that roller skating is in full swing? Terry Hall Roller Rink in Grandville is open Thursday through Sunday with a variety of hours to meet your family's needs. So visit terryhall.com for details. All skate. Everyone skate. Thanks, of course, to the Scott Bates Farmers Insurance Agency as well as Centennial Securities, our presenting sponsors here. Easy for me to say at Michigan Game Night. Isaac Strock left to right. We'll get ready to send it away one more time here for the Bulldogs again. Right arm in the air, number 15 for the Bulldogs. Struck, strides on forward. Right leg through the ball. Twisting, angling kick will go outside the right numbers and bounce past Churko into the end zone. That's a perfectly placed kick right there on the little bounce. And it'll be a touchback, and Jenison will get ready to start their offense up one more time right here with 1:02 to go third quarter, 52-14. They found their pass game last time they were out there. DeSante Riley caught a strike from Braden Arbaugh, and the offense will get ready to go to work one more time. Justin Hogewind again will be the tailback for this possession. Eli Zeitman is going to be the quarterback here for Jenison now, the sophomore. So Zeitman, I'm assuming there's relation to Rob Zeitman. We'll get ready to go to work here for the Wildcats in just a moment. But first, the Bulldogs are going to call a timeout with 46 seconds to go. Don't know if maybe they want to change their unit with a backup quarterback on. Looks like they're getting some of the second-teamers out defensively right here as part of what's going on, trying to get their unit settled. And with that timeout, we'll get one more chance to reset things. 52-14 Grandville. Have you tried the hottest new restaurant in the area? The Derby Tavern in Jamestown is on everyone's list for fine food and beverage where friends gather, and every hour is happy hour. So visit thederbytavern.com for more details. Westonbrook Mower has served the Holland and Greater Grand Rapids area for over 60 years with locations in Jenison and Holland. They carry lawnmowers, string trimmers, leaf blowers, snow blowers, and much more. And they have a full service department to get you ready for next season. So check them out online at westonbrookmower.com. All right, so again, it'll be the sophomore Eli Zeitman getting ready to go to work here for Jenison as they begin at their own 20-yard line. 3 wide receiver set. Hogewind is the tailback. Bulldogs bring 3 down linemen, and they're mixing up their defensive unit a little bit. Snap here to Zeitman. He'll tuck it and run over the 20 and get shut down right away. Sherry and company engulf him after a gain of 4 up to the 24-yard line. 36 seconds to go third quarter. Clock will run on down. 52-14 is the Grandville advantage. Interesting Zeitman's out there because Arbaugh's a junior. So, you kind of wonder, getting the sophomore out there, the coach's son, the quarterback, the sophomore, maybe what the future of this team may be. I'm curious to see what this guy is able to run. He'll step back and go to work. 3 receiver set again. 12 seconds and less in the third. From their own 24-yard line. Snap to Zeitman. Pitches left side. Hogewind, and he's blown up the 25-yard line by a charging Avon Cott. He dives ahead for pretty good yardage, and that will end the third quarter. So Hogewind able to get him within striking distance up to the 28-yard line. A 3rd and 2 coming up on the other side of this. We're through 3. Both teams scored 1 touchdown in that third quarter. 52-14 Grandville. We'll be right back here from Jenison.
Looking for a great place to buy a used truck or car? Check out Extreme Truck and Auto Center, located at 1098 O'Malley Drive in Coopersville. They have a huge selection of trucks, cars, vans, and SUVs. Stop by their lot or give them a call at 616-384-3777. You can check out their inventory at xtacenter.com.
Don't just find yourself, make yourself. Start businesses, build bridges, save lives, raise a whole city. This is your future, so take it and move all of us forward.
Welcome back. Nate Dreyer, Chandler Timmer with you here from Jenison. Grandville 4-2 on the year. The Wildcats 2-4, and it's all Bulldogs in this one, 52-14. Both teams just score once in that second half. That's kind of third quarter, start of the second half, kind of what you can expect. Grandville is back on defense right now with the lead in this one. It's a 3rd and 2 for Jenison from their own 28-yard line, coming up as the final 12 minutes of this game go up on the board, and they'll get ready to go to work. 2 wide receivers left, single man to the right. Here's the snap to Zeitman, thrown straight in the flat. Caught, first down over the 30-yard line, busting into the open field past the 50 to the 45, 40, 40-yard line, and tripped up and knocked out of bounds inside the Grandville 30 to the 28-yard line. On the reception is Brady Griffin on that grab and run. So good work for the senior on senior night, and he'll take the Wildcats deep into Bulldog territory inside that 30-yard line to the 28. So they go from 28 to the 28-yard line on that play.
Yeah, quick screen pass out to Griffin on the outside. A couple of receivers out there to block out in front of him. Zeitman, nice ball thrown to Griffin to where he could just catch it and turn it upfield.
Check, that actually was Churko on the reception for the Wildcats. It was 10, not 19. So Churko on the grab. As the Wildcats go back to work, gray uniforms, numbers in green, little outline in white for those numbers. Snap to Zeitman. The sophomore pitches left side Hoagland. It was an awkward snap or pitch. He was able to gather at his shoulder and spin past a tackle inside the 25 to the 24-yard line. Good work by the senior Hoagland. Like what he's had to do when he's out there. He's got that good, quick first burst. They've got some good backs. We saw what Morales did. Now we're seeing some of what Hoagland can do. They have good individual pieces, just the sum of the parts not coming together for an offense that definitely we know it works everywhere else. It feels like a matter of time until they can get things going. Just weird how much they have struggled throughout this year offensively, because they've definitely got some playmakers. Zeitman back to work, 2nd and 6 from the 24-yard line. He'll throw it left flat, caught on the leap by Churko, and he'll run it inside the 20 down to the 17-yard line. That'll move the change for the first down. It's another grab from Churko in the screen. And again, it's a first down up to the 17-yard line will be the mark here for Jenison.
Very similar to the play. Churko just went for a big gain on a quick throw. Not really an option to run the football there. It's just a straight screen pass to the left side.
Wildcats break it out. 1st and 10 up to the Grandville 17-yard line, 52-14. Showing one of the better offensive performances of the year here for the Wildcats. Zeitman will take it straight up the middle, and Bulldogs cut him down from all directions. Grandville has got pretty much their entire second unit out right now defensively, so that, of course, is a little bit a part of this movement here for the Wildcats late in this one. So Kuza on the tackle, gain of 2 up to the 15-yard line for the Wildcats. It's 2nd and 8, 9:15 less to go, running clock in the final quarter to play. 52-14, the Grandville lead. And Zeitman, the sophomore, will go back to work here. 3 wide receiver set. Tailback is Hoagland behind him. Wingback off the right side of the line is Chatfield. Snap to Zeitman, give Hoagland big speed up the middle, up to the 10-yard line, and dives past the tackling pile to the 9-yard line, just shy of the first down. It'll be 3rd and short on a good run with speed right up the gut here for Hoagland.
A nice burst to get through the line, easy read there and give for Zeitman to give it to Hoagland, able to burst through the line of scrimmage, get down inside the 10-yard line. Another chance for this Wildcats offense to get in the end zone.
3rd and 2 up to the Grandville 9-yard line. 9:08 and less to go. From the pistol, Zeitman working quickly, trailing 52-14. Snap to the sophomore, give to the senior Hoagland, cuts it up the middle, and he's shut down right away. Jacob Sherry busting through at the line of scrimmage to twist him down. 3 more Bulldogs help him out in doing so, and it's 4th down right back where they were, 4th and 2 for the Wildcats at the Bulldog 9. So 8:47 less, we of course will expect and will see them go for it. So this could be a really, really good bend but don't break moment for the Bulldogs' second unit defensively right here. That second unit includes Jaden Terry out there defensively here for the Bulldogs right now. As Coach Zeitman running a lot of guys on and off the field right now as he's getting some of his own second unit and different look out there, including Beasley to play slot back on the left side. 4th and 2 from the Grandville 9-yard line. Bulldogs lead 52-14. 8:20 to go, 4th quarter. Zeitman, the sophomore, into play quarterback here. Snap to Zeitman. Give to Hoagland. Cuts it up the middle. He is brought down by Stockwell, pushing it on down towards the line to gain. We're going to have to see the mark here. I think he got what he needed. He needed to get the 7. It's going to be close, and he does have it. So just enough to get the first down, and that'll move the chain. So actually, it's Morales that came back in for that run.
Ball will go over to Grandville on down.
No, I lied. It's going to be first down Grandville ball. So they are shy. It was kind of a late. They moved the chains, or they flipped it to a 1 on the sideline. It looked like they didn't have enough, and I beg your pardon. They are going to be just short of the line to gain. It is going to be Grandville's offense coming out. I can tell you I wasn't the only one confused because Grandville's defense remained on the field that whole time. I was still just talking. Now they'll run off, and now Grandville from their own 8-yard line will get ready to go to work. The running clock continues to run under 7.5 minutes to go right here. 52-14 Bulldogs. So chances the Grandville second unit offensively we can expect to see here to come on the field to see what they can do. I don't know if it's going to be Smith. I expect it's going to be Cash Ruff. I'm interested to see what Ruff might be able to do with this offense. It is. So it's a big 6'4" junior Cash Ruff. This is a kid that's got a lot of tools, Chandler, as a quarterback, and he'll work the 2 tight end T right here. I'm curious to see what he's going to be able to do for the Bulldogs as we've seen some only limited looks at him so far this year. Under 7 minutes to go. We've got whistles, and we have what looks to be a delay of game against the Bulldogs. Before we do, there's a timeout from Coach Stiegel. 6:54 to go, fourth quarter, 52-14 Grandville. We'll be right back.
Michigan Sports Academies offers quality youth sports in Grand Rapids, Holland, and Muskegon. With a wide variety of programming, MSA has something for new athletes who are just starting out to experienced athletes looking to take their game to the next level. Year-round programming is offered in basketball, lacrosse, soccer, and volleyball. Your athlete will love the quality of instruction from experienced coaches and state-of-the-art facilities conveniently located in Grand Rapids and along the lakeshore. Check us out at MichiganSportsAcademies.com.
Looking for a great place to buy a used truck or car? Check out Extreme Truck and Auto Center, located at 1098 O'Malley Drive in Coopersville. They have a huge selection of trucks, cars, vans, and SUVs. Stop by their lot or give them a call at 616-384-3777. You can check out their inventory at xtacenter.com.
Welcome back. Granville has run one play for 7 yards out of that quick exit from the timeout that they made. Cash Ruff goes back to work, relays the message to the offense. So 2nd and 3 for Granville up to their own 15-yard line. Fresh group of running backs, pair of JV players, along with Reed Graverson behind the junior Cash Ruff right here, the 2 tight end T. He'll give it to Graverson, who will push his way on ahead, and he shoves that pile all the way down to the 20-yard line, maybe the 21. That'll move the chains for the Bulldogs. So, in particular, good look here at Graverson and what he can do as a power back for the Bulldogs, along with whatever work we can see done out of Cash Ruff in this one. Looks like Miguel Rojas, the sophomore, also out there for the Bulldogs in the backfield right here. 5:41 and less to go, fourth quarter, 52-14. And you can tell for Grandville who the JV players are, because the Grandville JV and freshman teams don't have the block white G on the helmets, just a plain maroon helmet. There are a lot of maroon helmets, maybe just more all maroon helmets than there are block white G helmets out there for the Bulldogs. 1st and 10 from their own 21-yard line. Fake handoff, keeper here, bootleg right side for Ruff, stutter stepping. He gets twisted down at the 25-yard line after a gain of 3 or 4 yards. He was able to turn that corner a little bit, not much to go afterwards though for Cash Ruff as we go inside 5:10 in the fourth quarter, 52-14. This is a drive where Grandville probably will be able to run the clock all the way down, maybe get points on the board with the second unit as well.
Yeah, Cash Ruff running the bootleg out to the right side, got around the right tackle, just tried to turn it upfield a little bit more, get vertical. Looked like he got wrapped up right around the knees. Didn't want to risk getting injured in a situation like that. Kind of not trying to fight forward and risk anything at this point.
So left to right's Moody, Rojas, and Graverson in the backfield right now for the Bulldogs. Give to Reed Graverson up the gut, the pile over him all right away. He'll charge it ahead for a couple yards up to the 27-yard line. It'll be 3rd down and 4 here for the Bulldogs. Graverson, another guy that I think we may see more and more of in terms of the mix of running backs, especially without Tyson Mann, because he's one of those guys that turns no gain, a complete bottle up into 2 or 3 when you need it.
Yeah, another very young backfield all the way around, but Graverson, another guy that is going to have a bright future in this Bulldogs backfield. A guy that, in short yardage situations, whether that's in the red zone on the goal line or 3rd and 4th down situations where they need a tough couple yards, Graverson showing himself to be one of those guys.
Yeah, it's all juniors, or all sophomores, I should say, including 2 that are on junior varsity this year, and we've got an offside coming against the Wildcats. It'll move the chains for the Bulldogs right there as they get some free yardage. It's a 1st down and 10 up to the 32-yard line for Grandville. 3:56 to go, fourth quarter, 52-14, the Bulldog lead. So Cash Ruff will relay the message. Look like Reed Graverson will leave the field, and the Bulldogs will go even younger somehow with that running back mix that they have out there right now as Ruff comes in from the sideline with the call. They break it out. to tight end T. Give on to Moody. He'll angle over right guard, shove it past the 35 down to the 37-yard line into the pile there for the Bulldogs.
Handoff goes to number 40, Emery Moody. He's out to the 36-yard line to pick up a 4 on the play.
I think it's Jackson Sanchez that has potentially found his way also into the backfield right here for the Bulldogs as we go into 3:05 to go in the fourth quarter, 2nd and 6. The Bulldogs having some miscommunications. They're running the second team off the field, getting the third team onto the field, and they'll run it up to the line of scrimmage here, 2nd and 6 from the 36-yard line. Ruff settles under center. Here's the 6'4" lanky junior. Cash Ruff turns. Give Emery Moody over right guard. The pile engulfs him right away. He'll dive ahead to the 38-yard line for a couple. It'll be 3rd down and 4 for the Bulldogs here as we tick under 2:40 to go. And a 52-14 Bulldog lead. Moody getting a couple carries now. 13 yards rushing, falls forward after the point of contact there once again. Gives the Bulldogs a 3rd and short, 3rd and medium, which really... just trying to convert the first down here and keep the clock running. Probably going to seal this one if they're able to get the first down here. 2:20 and less, 3rd and 4 from their own 38. The Bulldogs lead at 52-14. Cash Ruff under center against a 5 down front for Jenison. Snap to Ruff, give to Moody. Bouncing right side, pushing the pile. He'll shove him straight back instead, though, at the 40, a couple yards short of the first down. We'll go under 2 minutes to go. And we'll expect and we'll see the Bulldogs go for it. Forward progress got on the 41-yard line, so Grandville's got to get 1 yard here, and that will ice the football game. 52-14, Grandville. Ruff in from the sideline with the call. You know, we've seen Cash Ruff all year on defense. He makes big plays. We've seen some young, growing player mistakes out of him as well. A lot of fascination for what we can expect to be the Grandville quarterback next year as he'll go to work one more time out of the tight tee. 4th and 1 for Grandville, looking to put it on ice. Give to Moody. He's got the first down, and he'll shove it ahead to the 44-yard line. That moves the chains, and that will let the Bulldogs ice it away. 52-14 Grandville. I mean, the score maybe doesn't even fully talk about what Grandville did because they definitely played the game and just letting that running clock control the second half of play for certain. Both teams just score 1 touchdown in the second half, but Grandville probably their best performance of the year. I think it's pretty safe to say in this one. Chandler, though, break it out. They'll have to snap it here probably one more time. Then we may just see the handshake agreement to watch the game end. Now Ruff will leave. We've got deeper into the Bulldog unit coming on as it's a handoff onto Moody. He'll shove off a man past the 30 or past the 45, dive inside the 40-yard line. Good run by Emery Moody. As it's Ethan Newville now on to play quarterback for the Bulldogs. The Grandville JV quarterback playing. So an all JV backfield right now for the Bulldogs as part of this unit. They'll run it out here, 38 seconds and less at the 38-yard line. Moody goes under center. This is the victory formation. Snap to Moody, snap to Newville. He'll knee it. That'll do it. 52-14. A dominant performance that really helps highlight one of the best all-around games of the year for the Grandville Bulldogs. In this one, Jenison will fall on their senior night. Final 12 seconds, tick off the clock, and we'll be able to transition to our Scott Bates Farmers Insurance Agency post-game show. Dominant start to finish, Chandler, is really what we can do to highlight this game.
Yeah, I mean, a fantastic bounce-back game for the Bulldogs, one that they were really looking for. Able to get it here tonight against a Jenison team that's had some struggles throughout the season, but still impressive for the Bulldogs what they were able to do. Pretty much completely controlled the first half and then just able to coast here in the second half. So Grandville goes to 5-2 on the year, able to undo that back-to-back losing stretch that they went through and pick up a big one to go to 5-2 on the year. Jenison falls to 2-5 with this loss here tonight. They put a pair of touchdowns on the board, though, as Grandville is dominant start to finish. The Bulldogs run to their student section. They'll sing the fight song, and we've got a lot to break down still in this one. Do not go anywhere. This is the Scott Bates Farmers Insurance Agency post-game show. We will be right back here on game night.
Are you looking for a new career? Aetna Supply is hiring. Aetna Supply is Michigan's #1 plumber wholesaler, servicing local customers for over 50 years. They offer great benefits, a 401k with company match, quarterly bonuses, and no Sundays. Once again, check them out at aetnasupply.com/careers or click on their logo on the Michigan Sports Radio homepage.
Bowling is a great time that combines great friends, football, and bowling. Compete against your friends or family, throwing a football at 10 real bowling pins. You can bring in your own food, or they have a pair of 45-foot bars featuring soft drinks and adult beverages. Visit FoldingWarehouse.com, Grand Rapids, to reserve your lanes.
Call it a sense of purpose, a higher calling. At Dean Transportation, we call it our passion. It's simply who we are. 60 years of pioneering the best health and safety standards because safe student transportation is essential. We are hard-working folks, connecting children to learning, schools to our communities, and you to a better career. Want to make your community a better place? We'll put you in the driver's seat. Join the Dean family today and help to connect our kids to brighter futures.
Welcome back to the Scott Bates Farmers Insurance Agency post-game show. Nate and Chandler with you in this one. And let's get to our scoring breakdown from this one. That used to be a scoreboard that was down in the lower part of the screen. They shut it off on the home side here pretty quickly with that 52-14 final score on senior night. So second half. Took me a long time to get through this in the first half. Things nice and short here in the second half. Arbaugh found Riley for a 23-yard strike to open up the scoring in the second half for Jenison. They added the extra point to make it 46-14. And then Sadinsky had his fourth total touchdown on the 2-yard run of the game. Grandville had the extra point blocked, 52-14 with 1:02 in the third. That was the final score of the game. We saw the second units coming after that, and that was all she wrote with the running clock. Chandler, take us through some stats from this one. Then we'll get to our Centennial Securities player of the game, and then we'll do our Lakeshore Sewing Threading the Needle play of the game in the final block coming up after this.
Yeah, not a whole lot changed in the second half by the time with the running clock and some second unit and third unit even subbing in there. But we'll start with the Wildcats. Arbaugh finished with 28 passing yards to go along with 36 rushing yards. Zeitman also subbed in there at the end. He had 51 passing yards. But as far as rushing statistics go, Morales led the way, 62 yards, and then Hogewind with 15 as well. Churko, leading receiver, with 56 yards. Switching over to the Bulldogs, Carson Smith, 90 passing yards. Did not have any rushing yards tonight. Didn't really have to. But as far as receiving statistics go, LaCroix 14, Kopko 32, Stockwell 40, Sadinsky 4, and on the ground, Terry led the way, 165 yards. Sadinsky 41, Kopko 82, Moody 37 there towards the end of the game, Graverson 8, and Ruff 4.
And Moody looked very good in those final moments he had. All right, game of the year for the Bulldogs. And as we move to our Centennial Securities player of the game of the year for this young man, 4 total touchdowns, 3 on the ground, 1 through the air for Easton Sadinsky. Played some good play out there at safety as well. I mean, this was a really big breakout game the Bulldogs wanted to see out of the sophomore. Hopefully he can keep this kind of play going forward because he did his Tyson Mann impression tonight.
Yeah, he definitely did. Capitalized a couple times. The Bulldogs getting the ball real close to the goal line, 1 and 2 yards out, and Sadinsky able to punch it in. Also had a nice little route there close to the goal line as well, dumped off, and it had a receiving touchdown in there as well.
With kind of the pace at the end, we want to get to a couple of our readers as well. This week also, just a reminder, the Family Fare Tailgate Special of the week is buy one, get one, 50% off on either 90% lean ground beef, chicken drumsticks, or thighs, and sliced bacon. So make sure you check out all those specials at shopfamilyfare.com. Also, we heard from Michigan Sports Academies a couple of times, and it is tryout season at Michigan Sports Academy. So if you have an athlete interested in volleyball or basketball in Grand Rapids, Holland, or Muskegon, make sure you check out MichiganSportsAcademies.com for tryout information, because MSA offers local, regional, and national teams to meet every athlete and help them reach their goals. Lastly, also, like we said, Grand Rapids Sports Hall of Fame just inducted their latest class. New inductees were David Brandt, Kim Elders, Laura Highboard Heathice, Fred Julian, Josette Carter McCullough, and Diane House. Check out all the inductees at grshof.com. Of course, recap of tonight's game at michigansportsradio.com. We also have live standings, schedules, and live scoring. All right, we'll have one last break here in our Scott Bates Farmers Insurance Agency postgame show coming up. When we get to that, we're going to look ahead for the Bulldogs. Also, stick around because we're going to give out our Lakeshore Sewing Threading the Needle play of the game from this one. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back here from Jenison.
Hello, West Michigan sports fans. I am Mark Kimball. I'm president of the Grand Rapids Sports Hall of Fame. This is our 50th year. And in our 50th year, we like to sit around and chat about all the great things that have happened in the world of sports in our community. I need your help in helping me remember which of those athletes, teams, and events were the most important or the most fun for you to participate in. We're running a series of surveys that are asking for your input in identifying your favorite sporting event over the last 50 years. Some of my favorite events were the very first Whitecaps game or the very first Hoops game. What were your favorite events? And then I like to think about who are the best athletes that we've seen in the last 50 years, both from a female and a male perspective. And finally, tell me who your favorite team is and what they accomplished over the last 50 years.
The sinister cries haunted Mary through the night. Dawn neared, and still the voice tormented her. She ran towards the safety of her car, flung open the door, and a coyote had somehow gotten locked inside. But the damaged interior was covered, thanks to Farmers Insurance. Coyote Carpool, August 1st, 2015. Talk to a farmer's agent. We know a thing or two because we've seen a thing or two.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Contact the Scott Bates Agency today, 616-531-3441. A proud supporter of MichiganGameNight.com.
Can you name the 10 winners of the Nobel Peace Prize or the last 5 Miss Americas? The point is the applause dies and the achievements are forgotten. But can you name 3 friends who helped you through tough times or teachers who encouraged you in school? We remember those who make a difference in our lives. I'm Randy Hansen, president of Centennial Securities. What matters to us are the personal relationships we have with our clients, helping them build a secure financial future. As a Centennial Securities customer, you know what I mean. If you're not, isn't it about time?
Member SIPC and FINRA.
And welcome back here to the Scott Bates Farmers Insurance Agency postgame show. Nate Dreyer, Chandler Tim. We were just getting some instructions because we're the last ones remaining in this press box here at Jenison. We'll help close things up after this, so it's our fault, I guess, if something doesn't get closed up here at Jenison tonight. But let's wrap this thing up. Chandler, let's start with our Lakeshore Sewing Threading the Needle play. It's also the Lakeshore Sewing Threading the Needle pass of the game from this one. Make sure you visit lakeshoresewing.com for more details. It's lakeshoresewing.com. And make sure you mention to Brian Collins that you heard about Lakeshore Sewing while listening to Michigan Sports Radio, because Lakeshore Sewing features West Michigan's largest selection of all things related to sewing, from new machines and machine repair to supplies and even classes to take your sewing game to the next level. And we're actually going to go to Jenison for the play of the game. Grandville didn't necessarily have the most impressive touchdown plays in this one. We could have gone to a couple of 46-yard runs that Jaden Terry had. Carson Kopko had a good run. But we'll go to Jenison for our Lakeshore Sewing Threading the Needle. Was the play of the game, also the pass of the game, as Arbaugh found Riley for a 23-yard strike that put them on the board for the second time in this game. Not much went right for the Wildcats offense tonight, but both their scoring plays, a 25-yard run from Morales, pretty impressive when they did find the end zone.
Yeah, nice play to cap off the drive there. It was a bit of a play action where they sell like they're going to go to the triple option that we saw multiple times, and then Arbaugh able to step back and deliver a nice throw over the middle of the field, one of the few times they caught the Bulldogs defense sleeping a little bit, and a nice touchdown pass.
All right, to those of you still listening that made it through this one tonight, 52-14, Grandville goes to 5-2 on the year. What's next, of course, Michigan Game Night YouTube page, middle of next week, Tuesday or Wednesday. We will have our tailgate report out. We'll talk about this game. We'll preview Grandville, Grand Haven, which I'm sure will also be another thriller. And then we'll work our way on from there. Game, of course, next Friday. It's senior night for the Bulldogs, so a little bit extra to get up to for them in that regard, as, of course, Grand Haven is really struggling, but we'll see what comes of that game. He's Chandler Timmer. I'm Nate Dreyer. Thanks again for those of you that stuck around all night long. Grandville is 5-2 on the year. 52-14, they beat Jenison. We'll see you all Tuesday or Wednesday, whenever it is, for the tailgate report. See you then.